Here, what's good, crypto fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're gonna have a nice little stream here. We might have a few guests pop in within Crypto Millie and Everything Currency. We'll see if they come in a little bit later. As you guys can see, there's gonna be a big fuck you by next week, you guys. I love this picture by Rand here. This is gonna be the most used picture I'm gonna have all over X. It just speaks to me. It just speaks to me. So let's see what the comments are looking like. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We got Millie in. Here was good, Millie.
What's the word? What's the word, EA?
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
We already live. We're gonna be talking about that Bitcoin narrative. We're gonna be talking a little bit about some of the top Bitcoin plays. You got anything you got to talk about in mind?
Nah, man, I'm here for it, man. I know the potential spot ETF is on the way, so I can see why a lot of coins in the Bitcoin ecosystem could start to really, move.
Yep. Let me just pull up your YouTube so people already know to subscribe to you. All right. Let me go ahead on the back end real quick. Where are we at? And then we waiting on Jay, Everything Currency. He gonna pop in here a little bit later. And
Let's
we
get
gonna
it.
get him in too. So if you guys don't know already, go ahead and subscribe to Crypto Millie. He out here. I call him the meme god. He probably goes by other names, of course, but I call him the meme god. If I need a meme, if I ever need to look into one, I'll just go to this guy. But he got it all, as you guys can see. And our audience is a little bit intertwined, so it's about time that we get him onto the channel here. And then we're just gonna wait for Jay. But outside of that, let's get into some of the other talk here. Bitcoin's at 42K. You got any predictions, Millie?
Man, I'm just no predictions, man. I think 48K is something that's in the works as we may get a potential spot ETF. But outside of that, I'm looking for history to repeat itself. Maybe a little correction going into the halving cycle, or maybe a little bit after the halving cycle.
Oh, so you think going into it or after? Okay. What
It
about
got to be a shakeout somewhere. I mean, we've
okay?
been going up. And man, hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but again, I always prepare, proper preparation.
Do you have any predictions for next week though? The ETF is next week. What are you thinking like Bitcoin's going to look like by the time the ETF gets approved or denied?
I know. Look, it's funny because a lot of people voted on my stream earlier that they think it's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. It seems like a lot of people are still suffering from post-traumatic stress of the bear market, including myself. But I mean, we've never seen this type of injection of liquidity that could possibly get into Bitcoin. And watching some of these companies' initial seeds, I think people are downplaying what that can actually do to the price. So at the end of the day, my exposure is into the BRC20 ecosystem. Have a little bit exposure into ERC20 bridges. That's where my exposure is, and I'm prepared if we do see a massive move. But even if we don't, I still got liquidity on the side prepared for a dump as well.
I like that. So Super says, "What's good? What's good, Super?" You got Rebel says, "Euro, what's good, my guy?" You got Super again. I want some few DGen Dex picks. Maybe Crypto Millie might have some. Rebel, this is Rebel Vaughn. Happy, he says, New Year, new EA. Nah, it's always gonna be the same EA every year. Been waiting for some bangers. Join the Patreon, of course. You guys don't know. If you guys want to get into some upcoming projects, private sales, you guys already know. You guys just got to check out that Patreon. We got into a lot of bangers. We've been getting into a lot of BRC plays already. So we're already getting ready for this new narrative that could be coming up in 2024. We got to talk about that right now. And then let me see. There's some more comments here. You got anything you want to add while I go over the comments, Millie?
Nah, go ahead, do your thing, bro. I'm a guest here, man. I'm just I'm trying to catch some plays as well.
All right. So not too many comments as of right now. So let's just get right into it, man.
I actually hold OZK, by the way. Whoever just put that there.
OZK, what's that?
High risk. It's actually one of the bridges that I was talking about. So a lot of movie whales are rolling into OZK and W bridge. And it gives you exposure to the ability to seamlessly swap ERC20 and BRC20 tokens. So a person like me, or like a lot of my community, like I was saying earlier, I don't like to connect my wallet to everything. So my exposure to that ecosystem is just investing into bridges.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. So for the top gainers and losers, let's just look at some of them right now. Top gainers as of right now, you got Honeyland. This thing has been getting talked about a lot. Have you been already, did you know about Honeyland yet?
A couple people told me about it. I think it's on like Solana's top game, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
somebody
been it's
told me.
been shielded a lot right now.
Mhm.
You got Triage here, Hopper. Hopper had gave me like a $5 airdrop, and I'm hot about that. I hate those guys. Let's keep going down. GMX is here, Senate is here. Some of the plays that we like. Demo back up here, Wombat. Top losers, nothing too crazy. I don't see no like top loser here. But outside of that, you got the top fundraising here. This is 23 has been 23. The year of 2023 has been a crazy year when it come down to fundraising. I don't know if you know any of these projects, Millie, but I'm gonna name off some of them, and you tell me if you already know them or not. You got Taurus here, which raised $65 million this year right now. Flashbots 60 million. Futureverse, this is for those XRP guys. As you guys can see, you got Ripple there with 54 mil. Magic, Egan Layer, that's 50 again. Scroll 50, Sia 50. How do you feel about these projects raising this amount of money in this year here, Millie?
Perfect timing, right? If we get a bull run, I mean, a lot of these are new projects, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. These
Yeah,
are new
yeah.
projects.
These are some of them are out. Like Scroll, no, I don't know if Scroll is out just yet, but Sia is out.
Okay.
Magic, I think is out. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Egan is coming out soon. Futureverse is coming out soon. So not all of them are out, but they're planning to at least come out by early 2024.
Yeah, that's some big bucks, man. I know a lot of people compare C to Solana. It's not a bad look, having a little bit of VC money. I know some people are, well, they're always like, oh, fair launch, but I mean, liquidity is liquidity, and I take it.
Facts. Sia actually has been trending today, which is why I probably saw some comments on my Sia video on it. People were mad that they didn't do an airdrop. I think they changed last minute. They were supposed to do an airdrop, but people just get mad about anything. Then you got the top projects with public sales in 2023 by current ROI. Now,
Mm.
I know you probably I like GameSwift, right?
Yeah.
Of course. So
I
GameSwift
be, I
here
be,
hit an all-time high of 54K, not 54K, 54x in terms of ROI, right? So that's huge. You got Neon here. This is also SVM, which all-time high was 38x. Chain GPT 42. AIT. I seen a comment of AIT. I think that just recently came out, and that's a 12.5x. Space ID, Arkham 15x, and Expect is one of my favorite ones that recently came out off of Ape Terminal. We just got into the private sale of Ape Terminal, the new launch pad. Expect did a 21x, and that is huge, right? Do you know any of these projects on here, Millie?
yeah. I hold three of the projects listed there.
Which ones?
Um, so I got in. It's funny. AIT I got into that pretty early. It's an influencer driven AI infrastructure play. So I was looking at it like, well, hey, if you faded Olaz or you faded Tau, I mean AIT has VC and influencers behind it. Cryptos R Us was part of the early investors. Altcoin Daily, Superman, they're all angel investors of that project. So I had to get in that. I also hold Libra Finance for the what's that? What's it called? You know the narrative I'm talking about.
Which one?
The Ethereum liquid
Oh,
derivative
LSD.
staking narrative.
Yeah,
Yeah, LSD. Yeah. So that whole narrative, I got a little bit of Libra Finance, and it's funny you said inspect because I rave about expecting my Patreon about it being a layer 2 for X. So those three I
Oh,
actually hold. But I'm very interested in Neon as well because that rivals Solana. I like Banana Gun, but I got a few plays that could be the next Banana Gun. And I know, y'all literally probably killed the GameSwift trade. That was what's up.
Inspect. I love Inspect, bro. When we got into the private sale of this, I was telling people this is gonna be something you gotta watch for, and it did a 20x off the gate. Even what's his name, Alex Becker mentioned it in a tweet. I think they got a lot more things coming for them in the new year. Neon, I wouldn't say is a competitor to Solana because it's more SVM, which is Solana Virtual Machine, connecting Solana and Ethereum. So that is going to be something that we're going to watch. I think that's also going to be a narrative, especially now that Solana is pumping crazy. We're going to talk a little bit about Solana a little bit later. And then now the upcoming events, not too much crazy things. You go January 8th to the 10th, you got the expected approval of the spot ETF. They already said by Tuesday or Wednesday, we should already, well, the SEC will already inform the ETFs that are, approved, right? So this is going to be something I'm looking forward to. I got some longs. I've been playing Coinbase. You guys already know. We're going to talk about all of that in this live stream here because I got to get Millie's opinions on this, and I'm waiting for Jay to come in here too because this is going to be some crazy thing to end off the year. Now, Layer Zero is going to be launching their mainnet in January. We're in a private sale of that. We're waiting, we're waiting for this one. I'm excited. How you feel about Layer Zero if you heard about it, Millie?
I got a couple projects that that have some connections with Layer Zero. I like Layer Zero.
If you like Layer Zero, also look into Wormhole, and then there's going to be another, basically Layer One that's kind of doing the same thing. That's connecting Bitcoin as well, called Zeta Chain. We're going to look at that a little bit later. So then you got Jupiter here, which is going to finally give out their airdrop. I keep seeing it on all the comments on my videos. When is the airdrop? When is the airdrop? They just announced it's going to be in January. So this is for you guys that have been patiently waiting. That airdrop is coming up, and you got some large token unlocks, of course, in January with DYDX, Sui, GMT, Aptosia, ApeCoin, Axie, Ronin, Optimism, Mint Layer, which we're also going to talk about in there, Injective, and Fusionist. So these are some big unlocks that's coming out in January 2024 that can give you guys a buying opportunity, especially in Axler. I like Axler. And then now let's get into it. So Solana right now is sitting at $100. Do you got any thoughts on Solana, Millie?
Yo, no, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good for crypto to see this comeback for Solana, man. They got a lot of stuff going on. I call Solana middle class. You feel me? You
Middle
can
class.
really, it ain't ETH, right? ETH is Hollywood. You feel me? BNB is the hood. Solana
Yeah,
is middle
yeah.
class. You feel me? You can make things happen on Solana, but you got to be careful about buying these tops. And I think a lot of people get tricked all the time into buying these tops, and the early, investors in some of these coins on Solana are the ones that's really making the bag.
So people were raving about Solana at the cheapest prices. I remember making a video about Solana, how millions is going to come into Solana, and it's starting to come to fruition. What I saw is a lot of speculations that there could be a new, what's that guy name, Sam, in a position where they're just injecting a lot of money into Solana, which is why we've seen this quick pump, right? Not to mention that Solana phone has come out, and you guys can already see from this picture here, Bill King has the phone, and he has $1,500 in that phone. That is crazy.
Crazy.
That's airdrop just for buying that phone. The phone was worth $600, and then
Yep.
now you could sell that phone for exactly $5K. Was you looking into that phone at all, Millie?
Nah, man, I seen people talking about getting their bunk on that phone. I was like, that's crazy. I need
30
a new
mil
phone though.
bump.
Maybe I get a crypto phone.
Yo, I was trying to get one. I ain't gonna lie, I want one. But I'm starting to see those prices. Those secondhand selling prices. I don't want it no more. But they got Helium Mobile up here, so a lot of
Sheesh.
things is coming up for Solana, which I am a big fan of. Right, and now the ETF, like I said, it could be approved as soon as Tuesday or Wednesday, which is going to have a lot more people hype. I swear, if you probably are looking on GMX as of right now, the open interest and things like that, people are probably getting ready to long this market here. And I think I might long it on Sunday night or maybe Monday night, right? Because I think that's where we're going to see some favorable prices. I think we might see a little wick to like 40K probably before it takes off. Do you got any opinion on that?
That's what's up. You actually are on the long side of things. That's
Oh,
wild.
yeah. Oh, man.
You believe if the ETF gets approved, we're just gonna shoot up?
Nah, so this has been my like prediction for the entire year, right? The entire year I said this is going to be all about recovery, and I said
Mhm.
we're going to end off the year around 40 to 45K. And right now we're still around the same range right now, right? But I do believe that we may see a wick to like maybe 48 to 50, right? And then come back down. This is all going to be like predicated on the approval, of course. Now I believe that the approval will happen, right? And that's where we're going to see that little small movement, because I think a lot of this move already has been baked up from like people anticipating that this approval will happen. I don't know how
Right.
you feel about that.
I'm hearing that it could possibly already be priced in. I've
That's
heard
what I
that.
saw from Rand. Rand tweeted that
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, that people think that it's already been priced in, which is why I think that we could still get a little wick to maybe 48 to 50 and come back down.
Well, that's where the resistance is at. 48K. The next resistance, 47, 48. Maybe we get to 50 and just trap a lot of people. I agree. But then there's that article in with Coin Telegraph that's out there saying we could just dump the 32 and then the move starts.
And then the move start. Hey, either
Yeah.
way, I like it. Hey, if it just keeps running, I'm already positioned for whatever I got for it to keep running. And then if
Right.
it does dump, I can sell another, I can sell another toe and get some more things. I don't know. So to
What
me,
if
it's
it
just,
just get denied?
if it gets denied, yeah, we might see 20K, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be scared. Because the way I'm positioned right now, or the way I'm telling everybody, back to this picture here. This is what I've been telling all the bulls right here. This is what I've been telling all the bears. I've been
Right.
just saying fuck you the whole year. And then if it gets denied, I'm gonna just delete this picture right here. I might just delete all the tweets I have with this picture here. That's it. It's gone.
I love the conviction, bro.
It's
You
gone.
got
But
me.
you can
You
see. Yeah, go ahead.
no. I was, I'm no. I was just saying I love the conviction. You got me. You almost got me sold, bro. I still got post traumatic stress from the bear market. You got to excuse me.
Me, I've been through a few cycles, so I'm not too worried.
I like to hear that, man. You give me faith.
So you got Coach K here, his take on the Bitcoin ETF here. He got two scenarios. It's either going to be to sell the news or the price pumps. Then we have the sell the news. So which is basically what I kind of said just now, which I think we're going to have the number two, which is going to be the price pump. Then it's going to be the little sell. And even here, you guys can see here when the first ETF for gold got approved, it started a long bull run. So do you think we're going to have a long bull run for this time, this cycle?
I hope so, man. I mean, the word is that we could go all the way into 2025, but then you got, the people like yourself that's been in multiple cycles that would say that we are already in a bull run, at least 29% in since January 1. So if you look at that, then that would make around election time peak bull run.
I like that. I like that take. So what I've seen, I don't know if we're gonna have like a multi-year run, because that's been said last bull too, and that's how a lot of people got trapped and lost some money just by not getting out in time. I don't think we're gonna have a crazy multi-year run, but we're gonna have a big run this cycle here. How high it goes, I don't know. Some people are speculating 150. I honestly don't know how high this one could go, right? Because there's going to be too much money flooded in, too much moves are going to be made, and I'm just going to be excited for it, right? Now you got the grayscale right now. This is the discount compared to the actual price. Right now it's at a 7% discount, basically 8% discount, and I've been seeing in like a few tweets. If you see this thing go a little bit higher, maybe like 5 to 4%, then you already know that the Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved, and people are starting now, close the gap between the discount of the Bitcoin. How do you feel about this discounted price here?
I mean, the whole grayscale thing is odd, right? We've seen what's the girl name? Kathy Wood sell off.
Yep.
We've seen one of the people step away from the whole entity. So I don't know. You feel me? I don't know what they got going on. It seems like they're trying to spread FUD to kind of dip the price down now. So because they know this thing might get approved. So everybody want to be able to get the lowest price now if the approval is so-called imminent. But it would make no sense, right? They putting out literal commercials. Multiple companies putting out $1 million commercials in hopes that this thing get approved. That would look real crazy for their reputation if it doesn't get approved. Because these are legit commercials.
Yep. But let me ask you though, do you think that these institutions haven't bought in yet?
No, they already bought.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
we're doing so well this year. Yeah, they've been
exactly.
buying. They've been buying. It hasn't been retail. Like if you look at just the macro environment right now, what's that? Auto loans is at an all-time high. Credit is at an all-time high. The search engine for how can I give my car back is at an all-time high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the economy is fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you either got it or you don't got it. You know what I mean?
That's a
But
fact.
like me and my communities and even yours, because I watch your channel, we literally been doing well for the phase one of the bull run because we took that risk. But that was a risk.
That
Buying
was.
all that stuff up when like everything was all bad and SPF and FTX and Elon selling, like that was a huge risk. You know what I mean? And like phase one was beautiful for me. I can't argue that. I hope that we get a bull run soon. But even if not, I would love to like double down on some of my investments.
That's fair. That's very fair right now. So this leads me to one of my big plays of this bull market that I've been talking about literally almost every stream here. I'm not even gonna lie, right? Coinbase, the stock itself, right? I'm not. If they had this on chain somehow, it'll be crazy. A lot more people would have been playing this, but I feel like a lot of people don't know too much about stocks or understand how options work, because options right now, I've literally been killing it out. Anyone in my Patreon that even followed one of the plays on Coinbase that I made have been killing it, right? I made a 175 call and a $200 call, right? The $200 call was going to be for June of 2024. The 75 is going to be, what is that? February, I think I called it for. 175 is going to be for February. And right now, these things have ran up, and I think a lot more money is going to come into Coinbase than, most people even know. We're gonna see this probably at all time high very soon. Soon as the ETF gets approved, if it happens next week, this could be at maybe 190, even 200 by the next 2 weeks. Have you even been looking at Coinbase at all, Millie?
Yeah, I do follow it, man. I know Coinbase said that they were prepared for the ETF, like they already prepared. But I gotta diversify, man. I'm 100% in crypto. I need to start diversifying into like stocks and these what's that? The Bitcoin mining companies.
Yep.
I know my boy is on that too, man. He be literally killing it with it. So it's just something that I just gotta, dip my feet into and get comfortable doing.
I'm actually doing the same exact moves I've been doing all like last cycle, right? Last cycle I was playing Riot, Mara, and Coinbase, right?
Hmm.
Then I started to dibble down into like, some of the other stocks, but mainly for crypto, I was playing those three, right? And I'm doing the same exact thing this cycle here, and it's already playing out nicely, beautiful, right? As you guys can see from this article here by Blockworks, Coinbase. Oh, we got Jay in the house. Oh yeah, this about to be alive. This about to be a live
In
stream.
the building.
Yo,
Shout out,
Jay.
shout out to everything alt for that Coinbase options call.
Ooh. Jay, this is Crypto Millie. You guys haven't formally met each other yet, but I've been wanting to get you guys on my live stream together for a minute, right? Y'all
Yeah.
my two guys in this space right now.
Okay, what's good, Millie?
What's the word, my guy?
Yeah, we gonna have to connect more often on this. My bad, I was late to the show.
I
You
was late
know,
too, man. Don't feel bad.
had some things going on, but yeah, we here. It was good.
Yo, so let me ask you before we continue moving on. How do you feel about going into next week with the ETF approval coming up, right? Do you think we're going to see a little pump? Do you even think we're going to get approved? What do you think?
Um, I, I'm having a hard time feeling like we're gonna get approved, to be honest. But I'm feeling like the last comment right here, Hakeem Yosef, that it's gonna be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation. That's what I think.
That's what you think?
Um,
Damn.
I think it's gonna be about the only thing though I did see today, and I'm very like keen on this right now, is that all of these different ETFs. So if any of them start to get approved, they all got to seed their ETF around the same time. So I think a lot of these ETF companies that are trying to do ETFs have already been seeding, of course. But once they get approved, they're gonna have to really, seed to get started.
Okay, for those that don't know, explain that a little bit more. Explain the seeding and all of that.
So for those who don't know, it's the big thing with the crypto ETFs in the first place is that you have a limited supply, and when you have the limited supply and these people want to offer these ETFs, they have to buy, from the market from that limited supply, which is supposed to create some type of, in theory, it creates a lot of demand for whatever token is going to have the ETF.
And what do
So
you think these? When do you think these companies got to seed it?
So I guess there's some rules that they have to have a certain amount seeded before they can even, start up the ETF. So if the approvals are coming up soon, then you could assume that either they're already seeding or they're going to be seeding soon. I think a lot of the bullish action has been coming from the fact that a lot of them have probably been seeding already.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Now we just got a whole new take. Let me ask you, Millie, what do you think about what he just said?
I agree with most of it. You know what I'm saying?
Most of it. What's the ones that you don't
yeah.
agree with?
I mean, like the seating. Like I agree with what he was saying about the seating, that it could possibly already have been happening. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I really don't have nothing against what his take is. Like I said, it's 50-50. You feel me? Two things is gonna happen, but I'm preparing for a dump either or. You know what I mean? I know, just based off, if we look at previous cycles, we are
Mhm.
going to have a dump either the pre-halving or right
Oh
after the
yeah.
halving. It has to be
Oh
a dump to
yeah.
shake people out. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if
we're
this
definitely gonna
causes,
have a dump. I could
yeah,
just look at the daily chart and say there's a dump coming.
Mm,
I
you
agree.
saw that?
All
Okay.
the charts across the board are overbought on the weekly. I mean, just look at Bitcoin, ETH, Bitcoin pair. All that stuff is overbought on the weekly. So even though we can stay up there for maybe a couple weeks, it's just bound to correct itself, and that's healthy for crypto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Damn, I'm the only bull out here, man. I'm thinking we about to see 55.
I gotta tell him this every stream, man. You can't. You can be a bull and still expect pullbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you know
That's
me,
where we
man.
scoop up both. You know.
Yo, so now Coinbase, I think with this ETF also, I showed you guys with the stock and the move with the stock, right? But I think when it comes down to on chain now, I think we're going to see a lot more moves happen on base itself, right? Have you guys even been playing on base at all?
I haven't, to be honest. Only in the beginning when they first had a little push, I kind of played with it a little bit, but I haven't. I know they got some money moving around the ecosystem. So.
What
Yeah,
about you, Millie?
I haven't messed around with base yet. Just what's that? Solana,
I
ETH,
think he's like, you lagging
Binance.
out or something?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I
You
can
can
hear
hear
you.
me,
Can you
Jay?
hear me? Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you. All y'all.
Anyone there? Or is it just me? What
So I
happened here?
think it's just I don't think he can hear us.
Oh, he
Can you
can't
guys
hear
hear
us.
me?
Yeah. I mean, we can hear each other, but I can't hear. I mean, I can hear him.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
You can see
you
my
can hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. Yeah, yes.
All right, I think my thing just like reset for some reason.
Um,
What was you saying, Millie?
No, I was saying no. I haven't played with base. Just Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and ETH. Those are the three really. I should have gotten to AVAX because I know they had a couple coins that went crazy too.
Now, base, I do think that base is going to have like a nice little run. In terms of like the amount of money that's going to come into it, they did say there's no airdrop, no token, but almost a lot of the chains have said that, and eventually they end up putting up a token. So I don't know if base will follow the same suit, but I'm going to play on there a little bit more. I have been playing on there since they announced that they was coming out. I have some plays on there already. So I'm gonna keep the close eye on that ecosystem. I don't even have too much money on base itself. I have maybe $1,000, so that's just gonna go to whatever shitcoin I could find there and try to trade. But I do think that it's gonna be a nice little money inflow for next week if it gets approved. Of course, we might start to see a little bit more traction in here because we've been seeing it in Solana, we've been seeing it in AVAX. It's going to circulate through another ecosystem very soon here. Do you guys agree or disagree?
No, I definitely agree. I mean, okay, a couple things. I don't really agree with the take that a lot of people think that Base is going to do a token. I think if they said that they're not going to do a token, we should kind of believe them. But when it comes to like some of these other ecosystems, yeah, I think they're definitely about to start waking up. I think Binance Smart Chain and AVAX have been, kind of sleeping compared to like Solana. Some of the other ones, I think a lot of other chains are going to be pulling a Solana and pulling ordinals like what Solana and ordinals did last week.
Yeah. So now we're about to get into some of the Bitcoin talk because right now some of the plays have been going absolutely nuclear. I've had a guy on my Discord called Crypto Kim. He's been like explaining to me the difference between the East and the West, how the East is all bullish on Bitcoin's narrative. That includes BRC and just the big build on Bitcoin whole thing narrative. While us on the West, we're focused on AI and gaming. And it's like started to open my eyes a little bit more because by the time he told me this, Ordi was around like $40 in price. So right now, Ordi has 2x, and then there's some other plays on here that's already going crazy in terms of like the whole BRC side. So I want to know, do you guys have any BRC tokens you guys are looking at, or Bitcoin related tokens right now?
I do. I got one that I've been buying kind of nicely.
Oh,
Micro Vision Chain Space.
space?
Yeah.
Let me see what's that.
Um, they're actually trying. They work in the ordinals. They're trying to do just bringing different infrastructure tools to ordinals to make ordinals a better ecosystem than what it is. Because right now it's clunky. It's new. So they're just working in that space. So I've been picking up this token, and I actually got it when it was around $10. So it's been looking kind of nice.
So a smooth 2x, huh?
Yeah, it's been moving a little bit. I mean, it was moving. It's been down kind of lately, but
I do remember seeing this thing, and I thought it was a shitcoin, to be honest with you. I thought I didn't like the microvision chain. I didn't know what it was, so I kept skipping it over. But now that you talk about it a little,
I didn't really know what it was, but I actually stumbled on an interview of the founder talking about what they was building, and they're trying to build like a second layer, maybe like a layer 2, one of the first layer 2s for Bitcoin for the ordinals ecosystem.
Okay, what about you, Millie? You know anything about space, or you got a coin yourself that's in the Bitcoin ecosystem?
Yeah, I've heard of space. I've been looking at a few layer 2s. I'm actually invested into Mint Layer. That's another scalable layer 2 for Bitcoin.
Let me pull that
As I
up
met,
already, because I already have
yeah,
that here. Yep.
yeah, Mint Layer. Very, massive project as far as the people that's behind it. Good FDV, VC influencer driven project that's working to scale Bitcoin. But as I stated earlier, I'm also invested into bridges. OZK, W Bridge, Mubi. Those are a few of the bridges that's going to give you that BRC20, ERC20 infrastructure. See, I'm not really looking to have that exposure to the coins. I want the infrastructure that's going to make life easier for the people that's trying to, like he said earlier, it's kind of clunky. We need seamless interoperability. We need to be able to seamlessly swap an ERC20 token for a BRC20 token. And that's what these swaps are building. Or OZK is a little bit more high risk because it covers anonymity too, as far as privacy. I think a little bit more mainstream would be Mubi, MUBI, or W Bridge.
Okay. I definitely like those takes. What you was gonna say, Jay?
No, I was gonna say you the first person that I heard that was into bridges, because I don't really like bridges, so I've been looking for more like cross chain swappers, and also like layer zeros. So I'm gonna take a look at some of those bridges you mentioned.
Okay. Nah, Ordi does this. Ordi ZK. This is what it's called, right? That's what I pulled up. The right one.
Yeah, that's one of them. And that the name of it is bridge. Let me be clear to my boy Jay. It's more like what you were just saying. It's like a deck swap, right? But it's for ERC20 and BRC20 tokens. So it makes that connect.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those bridges that can easily get hacked. But in crypto, anything can easily get hacked.
Yeah.
Another one to look at that handles the NFT ordinals is BenDAO. Bullish on BenDAO. Once these ordinal NFTs come around, BenDAO, they're doing the same thing. They're developing a seamlessly swap between the NFT aspect of ordinal. So like they allow you to borrow and lend liquidity for your NFTs. And once NFTs come around, this new swap that they're building, it's going to complement Bitcoin and the entire ecosystem. And it's just something to just start following, looking at now, at least doing your research.
I hope y'all been listening, man. I think Millie just dropped like basically some millions just now. I hope
I be trying to catch them narratives because it's like in real life you kind of look at it and you see like, oh, this needs a solution. This needs a solution, and that sparked my interest to research. Like, let me see what tokens is developing a solution for this bullshit, because I can't keep connecting my wallet to every little thing. That's how you connect to a phishing site. So I need a seamless, interoperable way to trade and be a part of this BRC ecosystem. And those are some of the nuggets that, and again, high risk. These are new, high risk. Who knows who the fucking devs is? High risk.
Right.
Very early on.
Very early on. But everything you said was facts for sure.
I definitely like it. And for this one, if it's BenDAO, this one I'm looking at, right?
Yeah.
The all-time low, we just about 3x from the all-time low, which is crazy. So this is like basically you're buying it at the ground floor while the other ones already have pumped a little bit. So this could be something to keep on the radar right here, right? I've already been looking at stacks. Now stacks have been going crazy since I've been in a few of their spaces, and I didn't think it was going to go as crazy as it did so far. Right now, it's at a $2 billion market cap. I didn't even realize
Mhm.
it was at a $2 billion market
That's
cap.
crazy.
So for those that don't know, of course, that do you guys know, like, you know, what BRC is essentially? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
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 yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead and explain it, sir.
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
My
not.
bad. I was waiting for you to go ahead and.
Yeah, because Crypto Kim, I'm not gonna lie to you, this guy has put me onto so much stuff. Essentially, because BRC confuses people a lot, right? People start to think it's like the same type of standard as a ERC20 token, but it's
Yeah.
not really that. It's not really fungible, right?
Hmm.
These are blocks that you can inscript on, right? So these, like when you're looking at a lot of Bitcoin plays like stacks, you won't always see everything that it says BRC. You're going to see some different plays that include BRC. Those are going to be more in the inscription side, and then you're going to have stacks, which is going to be Bitcoin more as a whole. Am I getting that right for you guys? Do you guys agree with the same sentiment that I just broke down?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Okay,
you.
so that leads on to a lot more plays that you guys are going to be noticing as going into the new year, of course, because we're going to get a lot more people talking about Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin as
Hmm.
a narrative. You guys just saw Crypto Millie just broke down a bunch of new plays that I didn't even have prepared on this stream here. I had multi-bit here to talk about like the DEX itself here. Now I can't even use the DEX because I don't got my VPN on as of right now. But this is also a bridge, right? It's a bridge slash DEX. What is it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
one of them. That was the one that, man, 2 weeks, what, $200-300 million market cap. It didn't even give you time to get in.
yeah. Like
Like that
Yeah.
joke went parabolic.
so, this has already gone crazy. You got Tectum here now. Tectum, I do know that there's been some, you know, some controversy around this play here. I actually deleted the play off my Discord because I actually thought this was a scam. But
Mm. I
it
hold
started.
Tectum. What happened with Tectum? Because I do have some Tectum.
No. It's more so of me paying attention to what other people were saying, right?
Mhm.
I was just seeing too much bear takes on it, right? I had made a smooth little call. I know Bart is here. He know that I probably made, like, I'm not probably, but I had made that call, and then I deleted it because I didn't want no one else to buy it because I thought it was a scam, right?
Hmm.
So after that, I'm just chilling now. I'm starting to see it pop up a little bit more, and I think one of Crypto Millie guys has been playing Tectum, which is what's his name, Crypto Steph. Crypto Steph. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He,
yeah.
he has brought up Tectum a lot, and then that made me more sure on Tectum. And now I'm seeing it at $21. I was like, damn, this thing was below $5 at one point in time, and then it just shot up. And now with all the Bitcoin stuff coming for Tectum, this could be another run for it. And it has pumponomics. You guys already know what I always call these tokenomics right here. Pumponomics. It has 10 million in max supply, and
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
50% of that is out. So this thing is going to pump like crazy. This could also be one of those that we see in the 4 digits, high
Yes,
3 digits.
sir.
What do you guys think?
I
I
agree,
agree.
man.
I agree.
I
Definitely.
faded that. I'm pissed off. I faded it. Like, man, look, when Seth did the AMA with the founder, I'm like, this thing, and it's been a couple tokens that you just kind of like try to have patience with, and
Yeah.
then you run out of patience, and as soon as you run out of patience, bam, you get hit with that
Hmm.
left, and that's what happened. I got left.
So I didn't get left. It was me more so listening to other people like a dummy. I know not to listen to other people. I already learned not to listen to other people, but the fact that it was so much controversy around this whole play, and when it first came out, it ran up to like $15 or so, and then came right back down off of all the hate and everything that was going for it. And I'm like, all right, bet. Let me just delete this real quick and get up out of here. Act like I never talked about it. But of course, that came to bite me because now I'm like, all right, cool. All right, it's at $21. So whoever has played this or followed when Seth did the AMA, that's good on you guys. This thing is going to probably continue to run, right? This leads me on to another play that I just noticed even changed their whole wording. I don't know if Jay, you've been here with me since like 2016.
Yeah.
Has ChainX been doing anything? Has they been building anything towards Bitcoin?
Who?
ChainX.
PCX? Absolutely not. No.
Hey,
Absolutely not.
But guess what though? Guess what? Hold on, let's just go onto the website here. When the hell did it come to a Bitcoin Layer 2 network?
Oh man.
When the hell did this happen? This was around 2016. 2016 when it had a lot of hype.
Were they trying to do some cross chain stuff before? They definitely switched. They was trying to do some cross chain stuff, but I think maybe they hopped on the Bitcoin train recently.
It was cross chain for Polkadot. That's how I know about this because I was bullish on it. I seen the token.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm bullish on this thing here. Next thing you know, I think I'm like checking what was it, top gainers, and I'm seeing it here. I go, oh, hold on, let me just go check the 180 days. Look at this. From September, it went from 9 cents. This had to have been when they changed everything in their white paper or something. I don't know, but it went from 9 cents to now 90 cents. And they're talking about they're doing something with Substrate and Bitcoin. I don't know. How you feel about this?
Honestly, I think it's cool because I know a lot of cross-chain protocols right now are also trying to go to Bitcoin. Like I hold Trius, I've been holding Trius for a minute, and it's been flying off the charts lately because it definitely started messing with the Bitcoin ecosystem and offering inscriptions and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. Usually, I don't like when like coins hella pivot, like 100% pivot, but they were doing cross chain, and Bitcoin is another chain, so doing the cross chain with Bitcoin, I'm okay with that.
You okay? What about you, Millie? I don't know if you know about this play or not, but you let me know.
I never heard of it, but as long as it's not a legit, a direct token migration, I'm cool with it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They playing, like y'all saying, they playing upon the narrative. It seems to be working out for them. It's not like they asked everybody to, or launched a V2. People, hey, really, man, that's annoying. You know what I mean? Having to worry about if you're gonna get your tokens or not. So, salute to them, man. So, look like whatever they're doing is working for them.
Yeah, I'm just a little hot. Yeah. I used to have a bag of this. I'm just a little hot. I'm sorry. I'm salty.
You sold your bag? Is that why?
Man, I dumped this thing like last cycle, before even last cycle, when they hit their all-time high in the last cycle too, and I was hot. And
yeah,
they talking about Bitcoin. I'm like, come on, man.
I was getting that. I was getting PCX Shield on every live stream, and I was like, this got to be coordinated. Because every time I log in, it was just like 5 people right back to back. Hey, PCX. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was a fan of it. Yeah, I was a fan, but it's all right. Now we're gonna talk about some upcoming plays for Bitcoin. I want to know if you guys have heard any of these, and if you guys like them. This is going to be like, because we got an opportunity to get into a lot of these, so I want you guys to give me your honest opinion on this as of right now. Like the first one is Orange Crypto here, which is basically the DeFi for Bitcoin and BRC stacks and ordinals. Right now they got a nice little thread here for you guys to look, like, pretty much get a quick understanding of what they're looking to do. They're going to have the Orange wallet, they're going to have the Orange swap, right? And the market cap, they call it the Orange market cap, which is a market aggregator for data and statistics on Bitcoin. So you're basically going to be using this as like you use for CoinGecko, but for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Then you're going to have the Orange token, which is coming out very soon. Now this thing is very risky, but we did get into the private sell of it. I'm gonna just head over to their website. They're actually even backed by the main wallet on BRC. I don't know if it's the main wallet. It's the main one that I've been using, the Xverse. What do you guys think so far about this one? Oh, wait, wrong website. Sorry. Wrong website. This one. I totally screwed that one up. Yeah, I was looking at Liquidum. But this one is big. It's called Orange Crypto. What do you guys think about Orange Crypto so far?
Let's see. I think DeFi on crypto is gonna be huge. I think it has, we're gonna see what it's doing, but being partnered with Xverse is actually pretty good. Self custody, decentralized. I don't know.
What you feeling, Millie?
Yeah,
I think, man, like if you're talking about Bitcoin going to this market cap that you was talking about earlier, like 100,000, 200,000, then everything in this ecosystem is going to be jacked.
100,000. Bitcoin market cap 100,000.
No, I'm talking about the price. The price of
Bitcoin
Bitcoin.
price 100,000.
You scared?
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
scared me,
No,
bro.
no, not the market
You
cap.
scared
Not the
me.
market cap. Not
Yeah,
the market cap.
I was like
Price. Price.
100,000 billions. What you mean?
You scared me.
My bad, guys. My bad.
I thought we
The
was about to
price.
all be. Yeah,
Price.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
price.
yeah. You
The
scared me,
price.
my
The
boy.
price. You feel me? But you said earlier. You said Bitcoin could go almost to 200,000 in this bull run, right?
I said 150, 200. That's good. That's crazy.
150, 200. That's still
y'all
like
not, y'all don't
100
think
to
200 in
150.
the cards?
100 to 150.
uh I mean, even that,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
Even
this
that sounds crazy.
ecosystem a lot of this ecosystem is gonna go up. You feel me? All this BRC20 stuff, these new tokens, man, they're gonna go crazy. Like even
Yeah,
from when did BRC20 really start getting high? When was Bitcoin price? What, 20K, 20 some K?
Something
yeah. I think so.
Yeah, at first it was a whole bunch of FUD because I think Michael Saylor or somebody talked down on it. I think maybe it was Max. It was one of those Bitcoin guys that started talking down on it, and then it
Yeah,
just
a lot of the maxis started talking down on it.
and after that FUD, it's like they was just trying to bring it down to get better prices, and then they just now you got Michael Saylor saying, "Oh, it's a good thing for Bitcoin, man. It's gonna go parabolic with Bitcoin. This ecosystem gonna go crazy." I had to add it to my narrative list. It forced me to.
Let me check out some of these comments here. Let's because there's some comments here. First
Yeah,
one,
we got
what
some
layer
coins.
ones do you hold? I want you both to answer this if you guys hold any layer ones.
I say ETH, AVAX, Luxo, Trius. That's probably top ones that I got.
What about you, Millie? Because the same guy also say, "Hey, yo, Millie." So that's your guy. You got to answer.
But as far as layer ones, my layer ones are Hedera and Telos.
Okay. For me, right now, Astar, um, AVAX. We're going to be talking about scale a little bit at the end of this video, at the end of this stream, because I've been looking at scale, even though you could look that more as a layer 2. So those are more of the infrastructure plays I'm probably looking into. You got Dot, but that's not a layer 1. So if you want to consider a layer 1, you could. I don't, but that's one of mine. And then this guy says they're going to deny the spot ETF one more time. Ooh, is this a guy? No, sorry. The name threw me off. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy. What do you guys think? Is it going to get denied one more time?
They might. I think it's 50-50. There's a high chance, high probability.
Okay. What do you think, Millie?
I'm prepared for it, man. But I tell you this, them people who made them commercials gonna look real crazy.
Yeah, not them commercials. It got me really thinking. There's no way it's going to get denied. But hey, what do I know?
What, the commercials? I think the commercials is just to, get the public and get everybody okay with the thought of it and kind of make it more of a thing. They always gotta
They
butter people up first. Like
basically conditioning us to the
yeah, like
ETF.
they gotta condition you a little bit.
Yep.
But I'm saying if you saying that, but it seemed like more of a trap if you feel like it's gonna get denied.
Woo.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, like
Right?
it's like to condition people, like they can't just do it all at once. They gotta do it in steps. So they gotta tell people about it, deny it, and then release it.
The mind games that they play.
It's crazy.
Super says,
They
is
might be playing by games.
partnered with Donald Trump? I had no idea. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at that. I don't know.
Trump been
The
cashing out on
regime
that
hates
E.
crypto. They are firmly on the side of banks.
Yeah, look, honestly, I have an actually pretty interesting take on that. Like, if you're an American, you want the dollar to succeed, right? So there's a part of the Bitcoin people who want the dollar to be destroyed. And if you're an American, that means your country is done. So,
Good point.
so that's why I kind of switched to a little bit like, okay, this direction that we're in, where it's going to be like we're able to opt out, and then we still have something that we can play within, and keep it that way. But if we just try to destroy it, like, you might be an American and you have all the Bitcoin, but you're going to be in trouble if the dollar goes down.
Bro Tokes says Tectum it looks like a scam. I don't care what it does. Yo, this is what people have been saying, but I don't know, but I think that Tectum is going to be a good play. The tokenomics to me is just too beautiful. It's just too beautiful. So it's hard to bet against it. But we'll see how it goes. Basically, we're in the beginnings of the bull market, whatever you guys want to say. We'll see in like 6 months where Tectum is going to be at. Could it be at 100? Could it be at 150? Could it be at $1? We'll see. Right now, let's go on to. I'm gonna go on to a few more plays before I start to ask you guys some random questions about basically what plays you guys are liking essentially, right? But Liquidium, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, to be honest. But this right here is another upcoming play that's going to be in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Again, another thing that's for DeFi. You got your lending, you got your borrowing. These are the ones that are basically partnered with Xverse, and then you got Deep Lake here. And then who else is backing them? I think there's some other ones. I can't. There you go. There it goes. That's what I wanted to show. Stacks. They're in the Stacks Foundation, and we just talked about Stacks being a $2 billion project. So I think this is going to be another good play. You guys are going to have to really pay attention to when it comes out. There's a lot of plays that is really coming out this in 2024, not just focused on BRC, but everything from AVAX altcoins, from Solana altcoins, from Layer Zero, Wormhole, Super. There's so many going on in 2024 that people are going to shift their portfolio to probably go into the hottest ones, right? How do you guys feel about people shifting their portfolio going to the hottest narratives, or just shifting their portfolio in general?
I don't really have a. I mean, if you got to pivot, you got to pivot. You got to do what's best for you. You know what I mean? I think that this is an emerging narrative. I mean, BRC20 is new. It's new. It's probably going to be a lot of scams involved in it. You're probably going to lose some before you actually gain some. But it's an emerging narrative. And if we're banking on Bitcoin being this huge asset, right? It's a top 10 asset. If it can become a top 5 asset, then we're talking about an ecosystem that could explode. But my top 2 narratives, of course, is gaming and AI. That's where most of my liquidity is.
So this is going to be a question for you, Millie. You said the top 2 because me and you agree on the same thing right there. Top 2 narrative, gaming and AI, right? But do you think that within the other narratives, you got RWA, you got DPIN, right? You got Solana, you got AVAX. Where would you categorize Bitcoin, and where would you put that in terms of the narrative? Would you want to put that in the third play, or do you see this more so as just hot for right now?
That's a good question.
I mean, like, you got to understand, like, with layer ones, they're going to pump as their ecosystem pumps. So we can say, oh, layer ones is going down, but I think layer ones is always going to be a top narrative, because look at AVAX. Everything in AVAX pump. What did AVAX price do? It pumped. Each one of these layer ones, if they start minting new tokens, right, and they start getting activity and attention and start producing DApps, their value and appreciation will go up over time. So layer ones it's a can't miss narrative, in my opinion. I like RWAs. I don't know if we got that premier RWA token that could stand out. I know I've made a killer trade with Rio from 13 cent to 83 cent, but Rio still has, people still haven't warmed up to RWAs because of compliance and stuff like that with securities. DPIN, that is a sleeper narrative. The one thing I like about DPIN tokens is that they have products that generate revenue. Look at Ator, look at Hive Mapper. They all got products that you actually buy and you actually use. So I think DPIN is a very slept on narrative. And I think data, right? Cloud computing, the rise of NVIDIA, the rise of AI, like anything data kind of coincides with AI. You get what I'm saying? So that's another slept on narrative. So I think diversity is good, but you got to pick your poison, right? You got to go with the ones that you have the most conviction. I always tell people this: buy what you understand. I see so many people buying those. You can ask them a question about this shit and they can't explain nothing about the project. Buy what you understand. It feels a little bit better when you have conviction about your bet.
That's a good point right there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a good freaking point. If somebody would have told me that, somebody would have told me that back in 2017, I'd probably be, off of YouTube. I'll be straight. I'll be straight. But what about you, Jay? What about you? This is now the question for you too, right? How do you feel about people shifting their portfolio to sometimes meet the demands of a new narrative that is coming up? And on top of that, you got the second question. It's a 2-part question because I asked Millie that as well. How do you feel about the BRC or Bitcoin narrative? Where do you place it? Where do you rank it in top on your top 5 of narratives?
Oh man, that's a good question. Okay, so first of all, as far as pivoting goes, I think it's a little risky to pivot. Like if you've been having conviction for something, then you're gonna pivot just because it hasn't pumped yet. I would say, like my brother Millie said, have that conviction that okay, it's building, it's solving problems. People need it, but I think you've got to drop your losers quick. If you got coins from last bull and they're not moving and stuff like that, you got to drop those ones quick. But I would say still make sure you keep that conviction. As far as narratives go, look, every narrative is going to do its thing. Every narrative is going to do its thing. I'm liking this bull run, some things that I've seen last bull run, but here's what I noticed about the layer one narratives. The layer ones that pumped are the same layer ones that pumps their ecosystem. So this
Mm.
bull we have the same thing happening. So you have like AVAX. They said, "Hey, we got $500 million for developers. Come build on AVAX." They gave that money to developers. Those developers took that money and provided liquidity things for people. Did airdrops. They gave people an incentive to come over to their chain. And as soon as that money dried up, a lot of those people left. But you've seen some of the top runners: Solana, AVAX. Uh, what was another one? And some of the ones that didn't really run, they didn't do that. Like Near is another one. EOS, we said, what happened to them? They're still pretty big out there, but they didn't do them pumponomics like AVAX, Solana. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on some of the other ones right now. Oh, Hedera was another big one.
What was that French
Hedera
one? What was that French one? The French layer one, remember?
uh, the French layer one.
Damn, I forgot the name of it, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right.
But you have a lot of these
Gold is another
ecosystems
one
that
that
are
ain't
going to
pumped
have,
yet.
a lot of money to pump. You also have layer zeros now who have a lot of money to get people to do like their cross chain thing.
Yep. So what I think in this, because I do agree with a lot of that, everything that you guys said, right? In terms of narratives, of course, like me being into a bunch of private sales, it's hard for me not to have like a portfolio that ends up adding some of these narratives to it, because
Exactly.
most of these narratives do come out during that little hype cycle, and then of course more little projects that are going to be building on top of this narrative end up like coming out for their private sale, and then I get access to it. So it's hard for me to not sometimes have my portfolio shift to like these different narratives that I'm very focused on. But you guys already know my top 2 narratives: AI and crypto gaming, right? Just like Millie said, focused on the ones that and these are the 2 that I really do know besides the Polkadot ecosystem. I love the Polkadot ecosystem. I'm sorry. I know
Yeah, I say I like when Buddy said data because for me, I would say I like AI and data. Um, my top 3 gainers, I'm talking, they all did over 100x, was all in data, and big data and working with data. It's all data. Like data is the new oil, like they say. So definitely some of those data plays. All it's gonna all take data to run, and even like a chain link, is a data play.
But I also want to say that I started this channel on all about interoperability.
Mhm.
Talking about Polkadot started the whole interoperability wave for me. So that is always going to be a narrative that I'm always going to keep coming back to, because that is the start of the channel with Polkadot. Now you got layer 0, you're going to have Wormhole, and I'm going to show you a new interoperability protocol in this stream here that's also adding Bitcoin to it. So that is something that we're going to have to talk about. Let me just look at some of these comments here, right? Axler to a $5 billion market cap. Chill. Don't be talking too much about Axler. Let people sleep on that one. Right? The dollar is going to fall. It's going to fail over the decades. What do you guys think?
Yeah, over the decades it might.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be around when it actually falls, or maybe we're just going to be at the end of our life cycle. We'll see.
Well, they say that they say that this is the end. This is the last year of the 12-year cycle before the whole market corrects for 10 years.
Ooh.
That's crazy, ain't it?
So
I
we
should
on
have
the
put a chart.
Has only went up for 12. Like it's just went up for 12. If you look at
Yeah,
zoom out the entire market, it looks crazy. Only up for like the last 12 years. They said the next correction probably be like a corrected 10 years, which would be crazy.
yeah. Well, on that chart, it actually showed that 2024 was the last and final level of that pump.
Yep.
and then it's like a straight horrible bear market for like 8 years
Yep.
or something like that. It's like, and this chart has actually been accurate for like the last 100 years or so.
Yep.
Damn. So y'all telling me I just got to be rich right now? I got to get that. Hold on, where?
I mean, it's out there. They're
Do it
saying that
now.
like,
Gotta get
be
it
like the
now.
last bull run for a little bit, the last real bull run.
So I got to get this type of money right here. This fuck you type of money right here. This is what I need this run.
You gotta make it happen.
FU money.
I gotta try to do it, man. I gotta try to do it. Super says Red Belly, chill. Red Belly, don't let too many people know about Red Belly just yet. You gotta let that simmer. You gotta let that simmer.
Oh my God, Superman, what's good?
Warren Buffett once said, "Never invest into something you don't understand." Fact.
Yeah, listen, Warren Buffett's a genius, smart guy when it comes to investing. But that little quote right there made him miss out on Bitcoin. So just take it with a grain of salt.
Ooh. Damn.
I always tell people like Warren Buffett is not the greatest investor of our time because he missed out on the biggest asset of all times, but he's so dope of an investor that he didn't need to invest into that asset and he's still on top.
Okay. Hot take right there. Hot take.
Love it.
My best performing coin is Optimism this year. I love Optimism. To be honest, I think it's the best layer 2. I don't know how other people feel about it, but a lot of the new layer 2s that are coming out are actually using the OP tech, just like base.
Optimism destroyed Polygon. This whole like
destroyed.
Destroyed Polygon.
Expand on that, my boy.
Right there.
I'm just saying it's been more productive.
Whew.
Price wise.
Okay, all right.
Okay, price wise. Maybe, well, because it's new. You know what I mean? Because Polygon did a run.
Oh, Crypto Seth is here. We just shouted this out.
He spoke them into existence.
He said, "My boy Millie, what's up, boys? Crypto Seth, how you doing, man?" I think someone from your team contacted me too about some private sales. I didn't even know you was getting into them like that. That's another guy. He early on to some plays. I hope you guys all follow suit and try to get early onto a lot of plays, man. Because you're going to get into these plays before a lot of people even start to talk about them or before people even start to make videos on them, which is why getting into private sales is very good, right? Bribery charges were dropped. When was that?
Oh, insane.
Yeah, he working with the mob, man.
Yeah, he a part of the feds, man.
Yeah.
Crypto Seth ZK rollups over anything? What do you guys think about that?
You just talked about how interoperability was the future.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rollups. Rollups is going to be a good narrative. I think rollups itself is going to have a whole narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I'm still waiting for ZK Sync.
Yeah, as soon as ZK Sync does something,
it's been going crazy. They saying it's the Uniswap killer.
What?
ZK Swap Finance.
Oh yeah. I've been seeing it. Everybody call everything the big whatever killer. You got the ETH killer, you got the Uniswap killer, you got the Chainlink killer.
Right.
Litecoin was the Bitcoin killer.
Oh.
Yay. Also watch what they do, not what they say. That's true for Jamie Dimon.
Jamie Dimon for sure.
That's true for him.
That's true for Jamie Dimon especially.
Don't listen to that guy whatsoever.
Slime Diamond.
Now, where was I? Okay, here we go. So, Zeta Chain, which is now a public, the first public EVM compatible L1 blockchain that connects all chains, including Bitcoin, Cosmos, and Ethereum. This is what I was just talking about. These guys raised $27 million. Now, I'm trying to get the opportunity to get into this private sale right now. For those that are watching, if you find a way to get into this is going to be huge, right? I'm already hearing this is going to rival somehow Wormhole, Layer 0. And I'm already excited. Of course, it's a layer 1. We was just talking about layer 1s, right? But this is connecting all the chains. And this is, you guys already know, I've been telling you guys all about what I feel about when it comes down to interoperability. So the more I research on Zeta Chain, the more I get bullish on it. And you guys probably already know I'm extremely bullish on layer 0. I'm just getting more bullish on Wormhole, and Zeta Chain is now popping up. And then you got Axler, you got Router Protocol. These are all not too, like, these interoperability protocols aren't talked about as much, but they're going to be in this space, especially as more money starts to flood in. And if Zeta Chain is going to be connecting to Bitcoin as well, and we just talked about if Bitcoin goes up to 100K, how that ecosystem is going to look. You was just talking about, Millie, how you want something that connects everything. You want to invest into like the bridge. You want to make it very easy. Zeta Chain is looking like it's going to be the one. What do you guys think? If you guys already are looking into it or have heard about it?
This is the first time I heard about this, man. Salute to you, man, for putting me onto this.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the first time I heard about this.
Research it. I'm gonna have to definitely break it down.
Let me
I like
just
what
go,
I see though.
let me go onto their Twitter just for anyone. Go ahead and follow these guys on Twitter right now. The Zeta blockchain. This is going. You guys want to keep a close eye on these guys right now, as that Bitcoin narrative heats up. As of right now, no other interoperability protocol actually adds Bitcoin to it, but of course they may start to focus onto that a little bit later on. I don't know if
Actually, I gotta play after you get done for Bitcoin interoperability.
talk. What's the play?
Layer 1X, and actually you can get into the private sale right now up until January of Layer 1X, and they raised 280 million, but they're doing they want to make everything equal operability. Their thing is like they don't like bridges. They want us everything to be, which like now that we have so many different blockchains.
Hold on. Crypto Seth wants to join the live.
Yeah, get them on here.
If you want, Millie, I don't even know. I'm gonna send you the link and you send it to Crypto Seth. I don't know how to get in contact with him. So
you don't got this. Do I send the same link to him?
Oh, I'm gonna send. Yeah. Actually, send him the same link.
All right, hold on. I'm about to do it right now.
Oh yeah, this is about to be a fire stream to end off the year. What's going on here?
The end of the year, last stream of the year, we gotta go hard.
Oh, let's go.
I didn't know it was going to be
here trying to catch all these plays you talking about and get these private sales. My bad. I'm locked in. Layer 1X, I'm locked in, bro. I ain't playing no games.
I didn't know it was going to be like this. This is going to be a good 2024. Start the 2024. Let's get it.
When he said how much they raised, I'm like, that sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah, so Layer 1X, I actually did an interview with the COO. They hit me up top on the channel, but cool folks. But he let me know like they raise a lot of money. They're adding Bitcoin. You can do cross chain, multiple wallets, like all your wallets you can put into one app and do everything from one place. They got an ecosystem fund as well. So, and you can get into the private sale for as low as $100. So I can send you the link for that.
So I remember you bringing this up to me before. And I think I was skeptical about buying it because of the fact that you can get into it so easily just by hitting buy right now. Do you think that this could be any type of like red flag for you? Because normally we haven't, especially when I'm saying ICO and things like that, we haven't seen this in a long time. Those that don't know, this was something that you would see a lot back in 2016, 2017, when you had to send in your ETH and your Bitcoin to get into these plays. Talk to me a little bit more. Do you think this is like a little red flag, or no, this is just perfect?
No, you gonna have to KYC.
So you got to KYC to even.
I think you're gonna have to KYC. To enter it. Like soon as you see where it says select your country right there, as soon as you say you from the red flag country, they're gonna ask you a bunch of extra questions.
Okay. Right now, me personally, everything you just told me sounds really good, and I really like this. But I'll probably wait to get more on when it comes out. Even though you can just win a free $100, but I'm also in the United States. I'm not freaking KYCing for this.
Yeah, but also check out the app as well. You can just use the app. So I didn't actually get into the private sale, but that's a good question because that is something that I was paying attention to and looking at, because I'm like, you calling it a pre-sale, they're not calling it a private sale, but like pre-sales got certain rules, certain problems, things like that.
Yeah. Crypto Zoe says everyone's in here. Yo, Crypto Zoe, you could jump in too. You could jump in. Come talk.
End of the year stream. Let's get it.
It's the end of the year, man. Jamie Dimon is the biggest contributor to Elizabeth Warren. That's why she hates crypto so much. Yeah, those old people gotta go. They gotta go.
Man, that's smoke is in here. Smoke and mirrors.
It's getting hot. Let's throw him in. Crypto Seth. What's up?
Can you see me?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing very good. How you guys doing?
Good. You go ahead and introduce yourself. You know, go ahead, talk.
I'm Crypto Seth. I have a crypto YouTube channel. talk about low cap gems. It's mainly how it is what it is. No paid promotions ever, nor will I ever do. Unlike many other people in the crypto space, that's kind of my unique selling point. So yeah.
I love that. Love that. Some of the honest people in the space as of right now. This is good to see. I didn't expect to have all four of you guys on here. Damn. On, let's go. Damn, I'm late to the stream. Now we're gonna have to talk about everything. So, Crypto Seth, I don't know when you joined, like if you've been listening in. So we're gonna have some, some questions for you before we even move on. How do you feel about the Bitcoin narrative? And I know you was talking about Tectum, so we're gonna have to ask you a lot about Tectum as well. How do you feel about the Bitcoin narrative? What is your prediction going into the next week? Those are the two that I want to start you off with.
So when you say Bitcoin narrative, what are you referring to?
Both. You got Bitcoin itself, and then you're gonna have the BRC20 as a narrative.
Well, I'll start off saying Bitcoin scaling solutions are going to do very well this cycle. Mainly because two things: perception and the fact that Bitcoin is being institutionalized. And at the end of the day, the network is going to get congested. We all know Bitcoin is inefficient to essentially utilize. Most people don't even utilize Bitcoin. I don't utilize Bitcoin myself because it's so inefficient. Meaning people are going to need scaling solutions to effectively transfer and utilize Bitcoin. Therefore, scaling solutions are going to pump like crazy. But it's mainly due to the perception. The perception that Bitcoin is going to be utilized because it's getting institutionalized and it's getting regulated and it's getting legitimized, then everyone's thinking, okay, if that's going to happen, then scaling solutions surely going to pump. And that's why everyone's going to throw their money into these scaling solutions. And they're going to go to the moon. And that's what I do mostly. In regards to Bitcoin itself and how high Bitcoin could go, I don't really do short-term predictions because it's kind of impossible to predict at the end of the day. It's all like guesstimation, if anything. It can either go up or down, or maybe it can consolidate. So I don't really do short-term predictions. But by the height of the bull market, somewhere in the range of 120 to 170K, Bitcoin will probably go to. Somewhere in that range. But I'm not too bothered at the end of the day because the majority of our wealth, including all of you guys, I assume, will be in altcoins, not Bitcoin.
Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. Do you have any thoughts on the ETF approval next week? Do you think it's going to get approved or denied?
I'm going to be honest. I don't really care whether it gets approved or denied because ultimately I do believe it's going to get approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it may get denied now, as it's been denied several times, and then they'll change something because that's what happens every single time. They deny it for a reason, they go away, they change, then they apply again, then a certain amount of time goes by, then it gets approved eventually. I think that will happen eventually. So, look, BlackRock gets what BlackRock wants. It's only one time BlackRock didn't get what they wanted. I can't remember specifically what it was, but every other time, whatever BlackRock wanted, they're gotten. So, I'm not really going to bet against them.
So now let me ask you this now, right?
Go ahead.
So when it comes down to Bitcoin, how do you feel about people now shifting their focus onto looking for more of the BRC plays or Bitcoin plays like stacks? What is your thoughts? Because I asked these two fellas how you feel about people pivoting their portfolio to add some of the hottest narratives. Because I think that once that Bitcoin does get approved, we're going to see some money flow into these Bitcoin plays, whether it's a BRC play or just a Bitcoin play. What do you think?
Yeah, so if we just assume and we all agree that the Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved, then everyone's going to perceive that scaling solutions are going to do well and BRC20 coins are going to do well. Therefore, we should prepare in advance and get some of those in our portfolio. Most of them are overvalued at the moment though. For example, ordinals, track, mint layer, most of them are most likely overvalued at the moment. But at the end of the day, healthy corrections are healthy. They are correcting. Find a good entry and they should do very well. I'm very fond of Tectum, as many of you guys know. Mint layer is very good. Audi, track, they're very good in terms of BRC20. The thing with BRC20 is most of the projects on it are terrible, but then there's a few hidden gems there. Like Mubi, for example, multi-bit. But most of them as a whole are quite terrible, awful, like crap coins. So you have to be very selective if you are going to go for BRC20 coins. But Tectum, mint layer, solid in terms of scaling solutions for Bitcoin.
Now, I do see that you've been bullish on Tectum for a while. I've seen some videos, and then also Crypto Millie mentioned that, you had the AMA with the founder. Like I said, I did know about Tectum a while back, but then I deleted the call in my Discord because I heard all the FUD on how it's a scam. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on Skeptum. I said Skeptum, Tectum.
Tectum. Yeah, it's an amazing project. Absolutely. Most of the FUD was due to the centralization of Bitcoin. Not Bitcoin, sorry, Tether. But I don't really care. I'm not here for decentralization or centralization. We're all here to make money. Meaning the fundamentals of the project, the pumpamentals of the project is all that matters.
Somebody finally said it.
It's like, I'm really not bothered. At the end of the day, if you want something to actually be adopted by institutions, there's going to have to be a degree of centralization.
Facts.
You think companies, institutions are going to, collaborate with DAOs? Idiots of tokens making decisions? Of course not. You need a degree of centralization, smart decision making behind the team. Anyways, Tectum is an amazing project. It's very unique. They have patents as well, so it's not replicable. How often can you say a project in crypto is not replicable? You cannot say that often.
Nah,
Most gaming projects are all the same, right? There's obviously slight differences between them. Don't take it at face value. There's obviously slight differences, but most of them are the same. Same for basically every other layer one, all trying to, be the next Ethereum, but they're not. No one's using them. So it's that same concept. The fact that Tectum is not replicable. You can't do what they're doing. No one is doing what they're doing. It's so unique. But yeah, if you don't know what it is, anyone who doesn't know what it is, so Tectum is a layer one blockchain built for finance, and Tectum scales any blockchain. Right now they scale Bitcoin, they scale Ethereum, they scale other blockchains as well. And the main reason they scale the blockchains is for something called a soft node. Now this soft node is basically a payment solution. So basically, any blockchain that Tectum scales, the soft node, you can have a soft node of that blockchain that Tectum scales and have a token to be able to transact for payments. For example, it scales Bitcoin, you can have a Bitcoin soft node. And that Bitcoin soft node can be transacted very, very fast, very, very cheap, and also anonymously. So you can transact Bitcoin anonymously. Now some of you guys may say, well, won't there be regulation issues if that? Regulation comes top down. The SEC aren't coming for low cap gems. They'll come once it's at billions and billions and billions of dollars in market cap. So not really. That's basically what Tectum is in a nutshell.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking more of a closer look at Tectum. I'm actually upset that I actually fell for all the FUD. I could have had a nice little sizable bag for this, but it's fine. It's only at 100. It's only at 100 million, and if it does have the pumponomics that we just talked about, right? I can get some multiple X's off this. So this leads me to my question to you. I don't know if you do price predictions or anything, but would you be gracious enough to give us a price prediction for Tectum?
I would, but what you need to understand is this is probably one of the hardest projects to do a price prediction on. Mm-hmm. Because when you do a price prediction, you should typically compare it to other projects that performed well previously, look for the similarities, look for the elements that made them pump, and then compare it to the project that you have now. But the issue is, there is no other project like Tectum that's ever gone through crypto. It's wholly and solely unique. So I can't really just look at that and say, well, that's gone there. This is similar. Therefore, this should go there too, possibly. And then, incorporate money flowing, this is the new money flowing to the market, etc. So it's very hard to predict. So what you could do is look at layer ones. We saw many layer ones go to around $5 to $10 billion in market cap last cycle. Ones aren't even that bullish. So you could argue potentially we could see a range of 5 to 10 billion. And that's being conservative because if those projects around this cycle, they should go to 15 to 20 billion if we do have a 3x increase in money flow this cycle. So I think, again, anything can happen. 1 to 10 billion in market cap for Tectum. But it's really hard to predict because it could go more. It could go more. We've never seen any project like this. I don't know what project like this should be valued at.
That's fair. I actually like that take a lot. I really do like that take a lot. Normally, I'll try, like you said, you try to compare it to something that's already been in this space. Right now, I'll probably just go off of what the circulating supply is and then try to see where I can see where it can go within coin perspective, of course, and within a billion, that's just a 10x from here. But this is still fine. That's a 300. That puts it around a $200 Tectum. I think I said I could see this around the four digits. So a high 3 digits, 4 digits, of course. I don't know the vesting schedule.
I agree. $1 billion in market cap minimum. That's being very conservative. Many people are calling for this project to go to 20 to 30 billion in market cap. Now that's not impossible, but
so this leads to another question for the whole panel, right? I think I talked to you about this, Jay, where I think mid caps is going to be. I'm gonna bring this question up to Crypto Millie and Seth. What do you think going into, I don't know how many cycles you guys been a part of, so I want to know, where do you guys think a mid cap will be valued at going into this cycle here?
Do you want to start, Millie?
Nah, go ahead. My bad. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
You was cooking. You was cooking. Come on,
I'm
let you cook.
talking too much. You go ahead, Millie. Go on, go.
Nah, it's gonna be a lot of mid caps, man, that literally go parabolic. If you just go check out the historical snapshots, we can use Polygon as an example. The Polygon, like what, 10? This something crazy. We can use Shiba Inu, the meme coin, as an example. What, 1,000,000%? So I mean, there's gonna
Mhm.
be something that creeps up in the top 10, top 5 that we've never even seen. Probably we don't even know what it is yet, right? If you look at historically, the best projects get listed, well, actually, they get launched after the halving cycle. So it's important right now to still have some liquidity left because some of the best projects that we don't even know is out yet will get launched after the halving cycle and will creep up into the top 100.
Yeah. So the question that we were talking about is more of like, what do you think a mid, like right now, let's say a top coin is like in the top 10. What do you think a market cap would be for the top 10 going into the next cycle? So we were talking about in 2017, a low cap was like less than 1 million. Now you got people saying low caps are like less than 50 million, or a mid cap is, in the last cycle, a mid cap altcoin was $1 billion. You know, in the height of the bull run, you couldn't find anything in the top 100 that didn't have a $1 billion market cap. So going into this run with the amount of new money being poured in, where you guys see those numbers being at as far as like a mid cap? Is a mid cap going to be a $10 billion market cap, or is it going to be a $500 million market cap? Like, what do you guys think?
That's perfect. Well said, Jay. Well said.
Do you want me to answer? So,
Yeah, go ahead, Seth.
well, I think it's a very simple question. It's basically just asking how much money flow do you think is going to come into the cycle? Do you think we're going to have double, triple, quadruple? And then all you need to do is look at whatever market caps they were at previously and then times it by that, and that's your answer. I personally think it's going to be potentially 2 to 3 times more money flowing into this market. We've seen it 2 to 3x every single time, so I see no reason why we wouldn't see it 2 to 3x again. Especially after this ETF approval. It's not that the ETF is going to bring money in. Obviously, they're going to be buying, but they're not buying on exchanges. They'll buy OTC. They're not going to be pumping out bags. BlackRock won't literally pump out bags. But what it will do is legitimize the space. People feel more comfortable throwing their money in. You can already see it on like the financial YouTube side, not crypto. Everyone's incorporating crypto now. Go back 5-10 years ago, that wasn't the case. Now it's like you have your stocks, you have your REITs, and have a bit of crypto too. It's being more accepted generally, so there's going to be much more money flowing into the cycle. Spot ETF will help legitimize it, help with the perception, and then people are more likely to throw their money into the market. So, to answer the question simply, I think 2 to 3 times more. So whatever the values were previously, 2 to 3 times higher than that.
Okay, that's still a little vague answer. I just wanted a better. A
So,
little,
for example, he said about how mid
fine.
caps went to minimum billion, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's going to
So
be
now
up
you're gonna say a 2 to 3 bill, right?
to 3 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fair in evaluation for a lot of these altcoins. I actually do agree. We could see mid cap be around 5 to 10 billion. The amount of money that comes in here. So some of the evaluations, I keep saying it. Some of the evaluations we're going to see going into the next bull market is going to be actually crazy. Some we might see maybe, let's say, let me just point out one like Nakamoto games. I'm sure a lot of us know about Nakamoto games, right? We could
Yeah.
see that. Let's say we see that closer to like a $5 billion market cap. Do you guys think that's possible? What do you think could be the highest market cap we see for a gaming altcoin? If it's an infrastructure gaming altcoin or a single game.
See, but what you need to also understand is that there's much more cryptos now at a high quality than previously. So even though it was a billion last cycle, there wasn't that many high quality altcoins. But imagine all the high quality altcoins now. So 5 to 10 billion would be pretty high in my opinion in terms of valuation. I think 2 to 3 billion is reasonable because there's going to be so many great altcoins. But speaking of Nakamoto, my baby Nakamoto, I've made upwards of like a 40x on that at the highs. It's come back down a little bit now. But I'd be happy if it goes to 5 billion. I'll be a very rich guy. But I don't know. I think the top gaming project should go to around $20 billion a market cap. Around 2 times less.
I really don't think the market cap's going to change as much as y'all think because it's more cryptos being created each and every day. They literally have projects like Seed that's all about one-click token creation. So even though we're going to get a lot of more money and liquidity in crypto, it's not going to really affect these market caps because we got more cryptos now. So we're a lot more diluted than we were in previous cycles because of everybody. I say in the future, man, everybody's going to have their own currency. Every one of us is just going to have our own currency. That's where we're moving to. That's what we're moving to. You feel me? We just all going to have our own currency, and everybody's going to have their. That's just how it seems like it's going.
Nah, you were speaking some facts there until you said we all gonna have our own currency.
I know that sounds crazy. It might sound crazy now. I'll be the crazy person on the stream to say that.
Social currency, maybe.
That's like a social-fi thing right now. That's that's where Friendtech, that's where Stars Arena, they all try to basically give us our like social influencers their own currency essentially.
I fully agree with Millie. I think it's just gonna get so simple to create a token that we would all just do it.
It already is.
Well, you guys,
it already is.
It already is pretty easy to create a token. So like,
Not for somebody who doesn't study crypto at all, right? But once you get to that level where you can just press a button and you just create a cryptocurrency, it's all done through AI, then everyone's gonna have a cryptocurrency because everyone's just pressing it. But
there's already tools that do that though. So I think the market caps will still go, and I think the one thing that you think about, two things that you guys are not really thinking, maybe you are, but two things that I say will kind of give me a little bit of a devil's advocate on that idea is new people are still going to come into this space. New money is still going to come into the space. So new altcoins, new money. Also, the amount of altcoins that die, like when we look on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCaps, the amount of altcoins that die is high. There's a lot of altcoins that just fall off the wayside. Some of them wake back up in the bull market and do a little 2-3x whatever just off of simple chart or tokenomics or whatever. But I think we will still see some of these narratives and some of these altcoins have these amazing high overpriced valuations. But I think a lot of altcoins are still going to die. There's going to be new coins. Also, just to add one more thing is that I think that the life cycle of altcoins is going to be a lot shorter because a lot of the stuff that people are into or getting into doesn't have that longevity. So like you see now you got like AVAX pumping. They literally said they're going to pump 180 million into meme coins. Those coins are not going to be around. I can click 3 buttons right now and create a meme coin for like 2 cents. So, you can create the coins that are used in these games are created very easily, and they're, putting them in the game and making them work is the hard part.
Okay. Oh, this is a good topic here. Yo, I love the end of the year stream. I didn't think it was gonna be like this, man. now we already know me and Crypto Millie, we think AI and gaming. Jay says data, and I think you said Oracle as well.
The data and AI.
Yeah, Seth, what's your narratives that you think people should focus on, or you're just for your portfolio itself that is going to be big for the next run?
Gaming, of course, because gaming has the capacity to generate so much hype, but still has substantial amount of utility. Scaling solutions, I think, are going to do very well this cycle. We're seeing it. Like, it's partly a matter of opinion, but it's partly not. What is taking off in the market right now? Gaming coins are going parabolic. Scaling solutions are going parabolic. Look, Neon's taken off. Now Thetan's taken off. Technically, it depends on your definition of a scaling solution, but BRC20 coins arguably aim to provide more utility to Bitcoin. They're taking off. So I think scaling solutions are going to do very well. So gaming, scaling solutions, AI inevitably will do well. It's ever developing outside of crypto. There's going to be news. There's going to be integration. So AI will do very well. So gaming, scaling solutions, AI.
Let me ask you how you feel about RWAs and DPIN. Do you think we're too early on those two narratives as of right now?
I think RWA has some solid projects. I know me and Crypto Millie love Relio. It's a solid project. I know he likes WeCoin too. I just think it's not that we're too early. There just isn't that many great projects in it. Like probably the best looking project in RWA is probably Galileo Protocol.
Ooh.
Right? It looks the best.
Galileo? What?
I don't think it's the best investment. I don't hold it myself. I hold Relio. I'm not huge on Relio. But what actually looks like it could garner institutional adoption, Galileo Protocol, Block Square, Relio is not really doing much, but it's going to pump like crazy.
Facts.
I just don't think the narrative has that many great projects in it. And that's why, at the moment, it's on the top of the list. For example, look at gaming. They have amazing projects. Naka, Myriad, GFAL, Playable, G-Swift. There's so many more. Shrapnel, even Big Time. They're great. Look at RWA. What do you have?
So
You don't really have that.
Well, RWA, you actually have a lot in
yeah,
that RWA space. You know, like for example, Nexus. I believe it's Nexus. What's the RWA that has the little
Nexus
node you
Mutual.
can buy? Yeah, Nexus Mutual is actually partnered with my city to provide extra income for low incomes families. So you can go up to the city, get yourself a Nexus Mutual box, set it up, and you can use that to cover your expenses like internet, extra money for gas or water bill and stuff like that. So I think some of these narratives are sleepers because they're in very niche categories like that. You know,
I disagree. I think Nexus Mutual is an insurance cryptocurrency.
okay, yeah, Nexus. I think I got the name wrong.
I highly doubt it's going to generate that much hype to catalyze a full narrative. Look, everything's going to be a narrative because everything will eventually cycle through. Gaming will pump. Everything will eventually pump.
Yeah. Everything will pump. I think I got the name wrong for Nexus. Is it what is it?
so you guys don't like?
It'll come to me in a second.
You guys don't. You don't mess with centrifuge?
Centrifuge is okay. I think a narrative is different to certain projects will pump. Like as a whole, I perceive a narrative as a huge bullish category. That's how I perceive a narrative.
Yes.
Right.
With RWAs is like now we still not talking about the giants that's actually in RWA. That's what I'm saying. Like we only talk about the low coins, the low altcoins, but I mean AVAX, Adara, they're all doing stuff with RW Frax.
Exactly.
Frax is huge with RWA.
That's
but
fact.
no one knows that. You know what I'm
Helium, my
saying?
bad. Yeah, it was Helium, not Nexus.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's more like Depend though. They got a product. But they got the Wi-Fi product, right?
You ain't got to talk to me about Depend. Shit, I got Demo in my car.
Demos, hey.
I've been telling people about Depot. I said Demo for a minute. I'm like, yo, just get this device, put it in your car, drive once a week. I'm just gonna mine through the whole bear market, going into the bull market. Once Demo hit like 50 cents.
Coinbase
Check it out. Yeah. When I talk to realtors, they hate RWA in the idea of tokenizing real estate. They literally hate this shit. They they don't want to talk about. They even and it's even a conversation of how would these companies be able to do that if they're promoting securities. So RWA is so new. You know what I mean? It's still a green. It's still a gray area with that narrative. And I think that a lot of people don't want to talk about the elephant in the room. And that's
it's already getting taught though. Like my boy's in school right now for real estate, and he hit me up all excited, like, bro, they were just teaching us about people buying houses with Bitcoin and shit, bro. And so he was really excited about, and he even told me like this is they're looking a 5-year, 10-year type of narrative span. Like bigger corporations, they look for the next 5 years, the next 2 years of regulation, 2 years of setting up, a year to get it released, and so it takes time, but maybe in another cycle we'll see the RWAs. But since the narrative has so much hype, we're gonna get the narrative hype of what's
Yeah, in terms of like actual adoption of RWA, I think RWA it's very broad. It's not just real estate.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's very hard to regulate, but it encompasses much more than that. But in terms of actual adoption, realistically, the integration of crypto and real estate, it's just going to be payments. You're just going to be able to buy houses of crypto. You can do it in Dubai now. You can buy houses of crypto. That's probably just going to be more widely accepted. I highly doubt we're going to have actual tokenization for a very long time. And when we do, I bet it's just like REITs. Just like buying real estate on the stock market. It's going to be the exact same concept, but on the blockchain. I highly doubt we're going to be having people buying metaverse houses and doing all that jargon.
Yeah.
Well, I just perceive a narrative as a bullish category. And to have a very bullish category, you have to have great projects in it. Right? That people get excited about, that people can talk about. And I just don't think, in terms of low caps, we have that for RWA. Because as Millie pointed out, most of the adoption of blockchain technology for RWA is not these low cap gems that are popping up 2 weeks ago. It's just going to be the top blockchains. Because that's all they're going to be allowed to utilize at the end of the day. Because they're the most regulated.
Facts. So we got a question here from Super. This is quite possibly the last speculative cycle before global regulation. So here's a question for narratives. When will the narrative be functional chains with real life utility? You guys got any way you want to answer this?
Never. Listen, people are gonna go where they perceive the money is, and those chains with the real life functional utility will do what they do. Like my man Millie was saying earlier, they will pump if something on that chain pumps. But as far as the narrative being, hey, this is the best blockchain, I think that was in 2017 when every blockchain wanted to be the Ethereum killer. And the narrative was, hey, what's the consensus mechanism? How many transactions per second? What's the scalability? Nobody's talking about that in this cycle. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's saying let's scale. What's pumping? What has potential to pump? What game looks dope? Everything is all kind of like more perceived now. But before, when we
Perception.
first got it, yeah, the speculation has gone up. But yeah, that narrative I think was the 2017 narrative.
You wanted to say something, Seth? I thought you I wanted to say something.
I was agreeing with him. I said perception is reality in crypto. For
That's
example, if a blockchain has like 10 million TPS, it doesn't matter if it actually does. It just needs to say that it has 10 million TPS and be fast. It's that same kind of concept. But to answer that guy's question, I think it kind of sounds like deepen narrative, to be honest. Functional chains. Kind of just sounds like deepen. Because at the end of the day, that's like what's actually been integrated into real life. But will it be a narrative? Eventually, everything will be a narrative at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
It just will
'Cause
eventually.
you'll notice too, a lot of these tokens are, look, everything is fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. A lot of these narratives are going to be on every chain across the thing, RWAs, DPIN. We're just talking about for the most part, like either non-functional tokens or 1155s, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
Take Hive Mapper and Demo, for example. They have utility in the real world. They try to map out, but also they have incentive. Buy the token, you can make a shit ton of money, then you can sell it. So it's, the bit of both.
The only thing I would say for Deepin, I wouldn't buy a lot of the tokens. I'll find a way to mine them because it's more risky to buy the token than to actually buy the product that is actually giving you the token. Like for Demo, I would never buy Demo unless, I have no access to buying the actual device. Right? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
I
with you.
agree 100. I agree 110%. I always go for
Mhm.
the product with those type of projects.
Because
Mhm.
with Demo, when I first, when it first got on my radar, I looked at it a little bit more. I'm like, okay, I already made a few tweets. I'm like, this is probably going to be the helium of the next run. If you've seen what Helium did and how many people were just buying that device just to mine it at their house, Demo is the same thing, but just more for mobility. You got to just
Mhm.
drive around and you can mine the thing. I think I got like 2,000. I didn't 2,000 Demo. I haven't even bought a single one. And when it hit like what was it, 50 cents or something, I was like 2K. And the more you go up in their levels, the more you actually end up earning with Demo. That's why I really do like Deepin. I have a lot of Deepin apps on my phone, from Hive Mapper to
Yeah.
Natex, and I
Mm,
actually got that Atlas Navi or whatever it was. I
yeah.
got Nodal. People hated the way I was
I was
saying
about to say
Nodal
that.
before.
Yeah, I was gonna say nodal,
I got a whole shitload of Nodo, and I don't even,
noodle.
just having the app.
Yeah, I was calling it Noodle.
I
I'm
don't
not
even
even gonna
know
lie, I
about
was
it.
calling it Noodle. I'm like, yeah, that's Noodle.
Yeah.
But that's
Ultimately,
pretty much
what I say with it is you want the dilution to come to you. That's what justifies these projects. When they have huge dilution from things that are play to earn, anything to earn, you want the dilution to come to you. So you have to find a way to either mine it, to contribute to whatever it is, if it's drive to earn driving and earning. You want the dilution to come to you, and that makes it a better investment.
Yeah, or just don't buy a token. Like, with DPIN, definitely, it's like these tokens are hard to buy. Like, they're designed, if they don't have a use case, if there's not some way it ties back into the protocol, they're designed to get dumped. So, any reward token, like, some of these, even the DeFi tokens, they're designed for you to earn these tokens. If you're earning it, what are you going to be able to do with it besides sell it? At some point, who's going to want to buy it from you if everybody's just earning it? There's no reason for anybody to buy it except for some speculation. That's a bad reason to buy anything. You know what I mean?
facts. So we coming towards the end of the stream. So I definitely want to ask all three of you guys to give me 2 altcoins that you guys are extremely bullish on going into the next run. Because first of all, this is the first time I've had Crypto Millie on the stream, so we need to hear what you like. The 2 altcoins you're bullish on, Seth. You seem like you're a smart guy yourself, so I need to hear 2. I need to add some more to my portfolio. You understand? Yeah. Go ahead. First one, Millie. What's your 2?
Let me see. Let me be a little, gaming. Where I want to go at with it.
Matter of fact, give me your 2 biggest holdings. How about that?
My 2 biggest holdings.
Yeah.
That's a lot of information, man.
Give me your 2
I'll
biggest
say,
holdings.
let me see. Right now, okay, so right now my 2 biggest holdings is Telos and Miria. And that's really because I got a stupid bag from buying it at the lows, and that's the only reason it's the biggest. But
Can
I
you
went,
tell me why
you know
you
what I
bullish
mean?
on Telos? Telos? 'Cause I
Telos?
do know.
Oh, why I'm bullish?
Yeah, I do know a little bit about it, but can you tell me?
Yeah, I'm bullish on its ability to scale. I'm bullish because it hasn't pumped yet. I'm bullish on the ecosystem because once they actually start delivering apps, a lot of people are going to flock to that off the next Solana narrative. I just want to have exposure to a mid cap layer 1 that has explosive potential, and I feel like once you do your research on Telos, then you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Aren't they partnered
Very
with GameStop?
explosive potential with that project, and we also got a AMA coming with the team. So
Aren't they partnered with GameStop too? Or am I thinking about this?
yeah, they got a what's that ZK EVM gaming, like some type of gaming scalability. You know how these projects do. They got some stuff coming out with gaming where it will be a whole bunch of games launched on the ecosystem. And once all this stuff comes, I expect that the whole ecosystem to pump. So I want to be an early investor. I want to kind of like front run a lot of the people that's going to run to Telos once it starts to get hot. And that's pretty much my mentality behind it.
And you said the other one was what?
Miria. You asked my 2
Miria.
biggest
Okay.
holdings. That has grown into one of my biggest holdings. Miria is just the gaming token.
Okay.
So,
I'm hip to Miria.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
Damn. I always have my top full. I'm gonna say track. Well, top holdings track number 1, and you guys already know why. Solving the AI issues, spoofing of data, verification of data of the data assets. When it's like when you ask ChatGPT a question, you can check where that data came from. And also supply chain with every store you know of. Think of a store that you shop at. Track is connected. And then I'll have to say DAG, because that's what I'm picking up the most of right now. DAG. It's between DAG and Luxo, but DAG is a powerhouse.
I do know you
Working
like.
with.
I do
Huh?
know you like Luxo.
Yeah, you already know. I'm on my Luxo kick right now because everybody needs 32 Luxo.
32.
It's
That's
only
it. That's all I need.
it's only like $300 right now, but 32 is how much you're gonna need to hold a node. And Fabian is already expecting that 32 is going to be very expensive.
Okay.
But as far as like what I would actually be like, what I'm trying to pick up, those ones, but Constellation for sure. Because working with the government, the DoD, they're labeled mission critical within the U.S. Department of Defense. The U.S. Department of Defense creates like 200 terabytes of data a second. And, this is one of the blockchains. It's not even a blockchain. It's hypergraph that they're going to be using, but, we're in the blockchain space. So say DAG and track.
All right. So what about you, Seth?
So my biggest holdings would be boring, but we could talk about 2 projects.
Nah, your 2 most bullish projects.
Karate Combat. Karate. Very bullish on that one.
I'm bullish on karate too.
I'm going to be fighting on it in February, so I have to be bullish on
What?
it.
Oh, you fighting?
Yeah, in February.
Who you fighting?
Some guy called Shiny D.
The February card's about to be crazy.
You can tune in on that. How can we watch that?
You can gamble
on YouTube.
You can gamble on it.
Yeah, so I can put $100 on you right now.
It's up only gaming, so you can't lose money.
So you said I can't lose money?
You can game.
If you bet on the wrong guy, I think you just break even.
You break even.
So, Damn, I gotta look into this. What's the odds looking like? I'm trying to gamble here, man.
Yeah, we
What
talked about it on the stream before. Karate Combat, it's a low
I'm trying
cap
to
gym.
gamble now.
Very
I think it's
interesting.
gonna keep growing.
Yo, you got
Yeah,
a little highlight tape I could watch before I throw some money in there.
I like
Yeah, we need your highlight reel before we
I
bet
need a
on
little highlight tape.
Oh, it's wild.
it should do very well.
You said what?
It should do very well based on the fact that it's a legitimate organization. It's not some scammy crypto made by someone in their basement. It has some serious people on board of it. Serious UFC fighters on it. I was at the
I
last
do
one.
remember this now. They had a Twitter space with Crypto Crow.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
fighting as well in February.
He's fighting in February, right?
Yeah. He is.
That's an OG. Damn. that's
Uh,
OG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to talk about fighting all the time on his stream. So when he said he was fighting, I was like, oh yeah, I'm tuning in.
Yeah, I never saw him fight before. He also liked Cardano too.
Terrible. Terrible.
Okay,
That's-
so karate is something I need to look into a little bit more.
Karate. That's another one I can say.
Feel
I don't
like
wanna
I'm
take
gonna give us the
important
gems over here.
Nah, if you got a boring pick, let me know. We like the boring one sometimes.
The boring
Just-
picks.
Just make sure you explain why you like the boring pick, though.
Okay. Let's go for injective protocol.
Injected.
Mm.
Ooh.
At the end of the day,
Hey, I've been in that ecosystem tough too.
layer one blockchain for DeFi. That's what injective protocol is. 10,000 TPS. There's something called a Cosmosm smart contract, which allows them to build more powerful apps that are more scalable. It's a very undervalued layer one. It's been one of the top performers this bear market, and I got in rock bottom in injective. I'm up like 40x on it at the moment. So
That's a
yeah, I think it's going to do very well this cycle. Everyone didn't want to invest into it because it was at like $90 million in market cap, even a bit lower. No one wanted to invest into it. But
Have you been airdrop hunting on their on the ecosystem?
airdrop hunting and meme coin hunting. There's a lot of meme coins on Injective that people are trying to get into.
Is meme coins there? Oh yeah, see, I talk about this meme coin nonsense, man.
I don't get into meme coins. I've never bought a single meme coin. No,
What's
I
the
have.
meme coin? I need to look at.
I think
Man,
it's
I made 10x on Ninja on Injective.
Oh yeah, I'm sleeping in this space. I gotta start playing in these memes.
very
But
undervalued.
the Injective airdrop, they're supposed to be having their little airdrop season. I do know of some, a lot of airdrops going on. But if you stake some Injective, stake it on Black Panther, and they have an airdrop coming.
Okay. So
Wow.
I have seen the whole airdrop hunting on Injective. I haven't fully got into it. I only did. I think was it Black Panther, and the other one. There's one more. I posted a whole thread on it, but I didn't really fully do everything on it. Me, for my bullish ones, the two ones that I really like, I feel like people on this channel already know. It's going to be Game Swift. I I actually want to hear both, like everyone's opinion on this, because
Amazing.
I don't need to keep talking about it. I'd rather hear if you guys got a different opinion on this, because I already told everybody how I feel. So I feel like Seth, you just said amazing.
Yeah, GameShift is probably the best gaming project in Arbitrum.
Okay, I like that. Do you have any thoughts, Millie?
Nah, so many people tell me about it. Yeah, it got to be a good project. I haven't done any research on that one.
Okay. My next one, I definitely want to hear a little bit more opinions on this one. I'm not going to say Aurelio, because you guys already seem like you guys already are pretty, you guys are pretty fond of Aurelio, so I don't need to really talk about that one. I'm going to talk a little bit more about, how about this one right here. It just recently came out, and I'm in a private sale, so I'm very biased on this one, so I definitely want to hear your opinions on this if you guys have heard of it. It's called Inspect.
Inspect. Well, the layer 2 scaling, the layer 2 solution for Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a genius idea. It's going to do well.
A lot
They
of
have
PCs
posted a
behind it.
link.
Alex Becker talked about it. I got a whole huge bag at when they dumped down. Yeah, I'll hold some of that project.
Yeah, the main place for crypto is Twitter, not YouTube. It's a scaling solution for Twitter, integrating Web3. Will obviously do very well. It's a genius idea.
I like it. You guys just make me even more bullish than I already am. I got lucky on this one. My DAO maker guys got me into this. I didn't think I was going to get into the sell of it at all, but they got me into the public sell, and the private sell, and I've just been letting it ride. So I see Cam says check out Soph for 1000x. Do you guys know about Soph? Should we talk about Soph?
Yeah, I got a huge bag of Soph. That's probably one of the projects I talk about a lot. That's Sophia, right?
Yeah,
Sophia
Sophia.
Burke, right?
Yeah. Huge bag of that.
I'm bullish.
Very early with it. Very early. Not as bullish as I was, because I don't like the development that I've been seeing from what they're developing. I actually don't like it, but I bought in so early, so I'm just gonna ride it out. I don't think it pumped yet, because it was a huge, like a pretty nice dump when it first released, but I'm not gonna sell yet. But I want to see more. I'm kind of mad though what I've been seeing as far as developing.
Yeah, it's a decent project, to be honest. Why I like it is I haven't bought it, and I probably will never buy it, but it fits into multiple narratives. Gaming, AI, metaverse. It's also it's an ecosystem project of Singularity Net. So if AI takes off, Singularity Net will pump, everyone will look for its ecosystem. Sophiaverse is one of those. So it should do well.
I agree. I'm in the private sell. I can't do nothing but just sit there and just wait for it to move. I can't sell it because I only got I got 2 allocations of it so far from the private sell. So I'm just letting this thing just do whatever it does. Don the Don says Soul and Elder Rune for 1000x. Have you guys heard of any of these two? I haven't heard of them.
They're both gaming projects.
Soul,
go ahead.
good one. Soul is good. I like it.
Soul,
I get Shield Soul every day on stream. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be something to that.
Yeah, I think I had a live stream and I mentioned Elder Rune, and I was talking about how I just found it because someone asked me to review it. I talked about how it was good, and after I said it was good, everyone started buying it and just pumped the price.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently seen some new ones actually getting shielded lately. These is Honeyland. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Oh yeah, Solana.
Yep. Solana.
Gaming project Solana. Yeah, it's okay.
It's been getting shielded crazy lately, and then
they're overvaluing it though.
This one also has been getting too many comparisons to Big Time. What is it? EMEA? I don't even know. This thing right here. I've seen somebody put out a thread comparing this to Big Time in terms of the evaluation and where it could go. Have you even heard of this? Because I've seen some Solana games just now getting talked about a lot.
Illumia.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Let's have a look.
Like, I guess some people have been playing it already. Me, personally, when it comes down to Solana gaming, I'm only bullish on probably 2 of them.
Which ones?
Which ones?
That's Decimated.
Mm-hmm.
And Star Atlas. I've been bullish on these 2.
Star Atlas.
You said what?
The Star Atlas for sure gets shielded every gaming conversation, along with Illuvium.
Yep.
Star Atlas looks beautiful, man. I didn't even know that was a crypto game when I was watching it. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a crypto game? Like, that shit looks beautiful, man. I know Illumia is another one that's starting to heat up. And people actually play this game. Yeah, Elu, E-L-U. Yeah,
ELUMIA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now. It looks kind of nice.
Hold on now.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about right there. That joint is going up, and people actually play the game.
Wait, what you said it was again? Sorry, I'm
ELU. I think my guy Jay was just saying he was looking at the website.
Yeah, ELU.
Oh, this one I just put up. Yeah.
Yeah, you just had it up right now. Yeah.
I couldn't even see it. Damn.
Very niche, but it will pump.
How do you feel about niche gaming? When it comes down to gaming, what do you look for in a gaming project to invest into? Because I feel like
you talking about like games that got just a one solo game.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be games that's gonna go crazy. I mean, that look nice. I mean, what I talked about Katana Inu 10 months ago, and that looked like it's the partnerships and stuff that's coming along. That look like that's gonna be a gem, but it's just one game. Game looks great though. Game looks great.
I think ultimately the part infrastructure gaming projects will end up at higher market caps.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Axie Infinity. Look at Illuvium. Illuvium based on hype alone as a single game went parabolic. So I think there's going to be single games that do well, but I think we're going to have all of the infrastructure plays at higher market caps. Or at least the ones that integrate infrastructure, like Myria, for example.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather buy studios and infrastructure anyway than a solo game, to be honest.
Yeah, same. Because
Yeah,
a solo game to me kind of just seems like a depreciating asset.
Mm,
Like over, unless they're gonna have to come out with part 2, part 3, part 4,
exactly.
or else it's just gonna get old, you know.
who's buying Axie, for example? Who's buying Illuvium? Hopefully, no one's buying Illuvium.
Oh, you don't like Illuvium? Please expand on this. I've
tell you
never
what.
heard anyone that didn't like Illuvium.
It's very simple. There are so many great gaming projects in the market right now. New ones. There's so much hype around them. Do we really need to bet on Illuvium?
Yo,
Like,
I
how
could
many
have had you on a few
gems do you have in your
man.
portfolio?
I think most people buy Illuvium because of the tokenomics and they think it's gonna go back to its all-time high.
Yeah, and then the moment other projects start to pump, they'll sell and move on.
I could have had both of you guys on news.
I think Illuvium has great branding, and the way that they just make everything they do seem so epic is gonna affect crypto people in the same way that it has always.
It's gone
So
through.
on that hype driven cycle for speculation, I think it'll do some numbers. But as far as like long term, I think the studios will.
I think it's just going to be underwhelming.
You think
I think-
Illuvium is a good game? I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about it actually.
Is it even out yet?
I got one more question for you guys. One more
Wait,
question before we end off the stream. One more question. Because we got two. I don't know how long you've been here, Seth. If you want to let me know when was you here? Like, what cycle did you appear?
When it being crypto, 2017.
27. Oh, so you're another
Okay.
OG. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is a good question for you, and I know Millie, you probably came in more towards the later end, like 2019, right?
No, actually, I came in 2017 as well.
Real okay,
I started making content in the last cycle.
My fault.
That's what I'm making
All
content.
OGs. Yeah, all OGs. So let me just ask both of you guys this question. When you're going into this next bull, which would you rather have, an older coin or a newer coin?
I like this question. I think it actually just depends on the type of project, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. I think some projects, some types of projects have the ability to carry into other cycles and some don't. For example, I think gaming, they can't. Because there's just so many great gaming projects coming out now that I just don't think it's worth betting on an old gaming project. They're going to die out. They're like one-hit wonders, one-cycle wonders. Whereas layer ones, it's different. Infrastructure takes longer to build an ecosystem, to gain partnerships and institutional adoption. You could argue that could last multiple cycles. Maybe it didn't pump one cycle. For example, let's take Constellation, right? Hypergraphs and DAGs are now a bullish narrative. It wasn't last cycle. Constellation's been around since 2018. It may pump this cycle as a layer one. Now the fact that hypergraphs are bullish. But that's kind of my take on it. I think it really just depends. But ultimately, I don't invest into any coin except for like Bitcoin, obviously. It's been around since 2018. I'm not giving it a third chance, to be honest. It's had two chances. 2017, 2018. It's had two chances. I'm not giving it a third. I'll find a different project. It's okay.
So
That's
when you
crazy
said-
that you brought up Constellation as that example, because that was my top gainer in the last bull run. It did over 1000x for me, but it was because I got in like early.
Yeah, I think it's a good example to use because it did well, but hypergraphs wasn't a narrative. Imagine if DAG was a narrative when Constellation was around. I could have gone even more.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't exactly like hypergraph as a narrative, but it was the blockchain killer narrative, and it also fit into the data narrative. So we talk about narratives a lot, but like the narratives change, and then they're gonna keep changing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because of this cycle, I bet you because of Casper, DAGs, block DAGs, they're going to take off. As a result, Casper doing very well. People feel like they've missed out on Casper. Then they'll look for alternatives to Casper.
Okay. So now this is more so of a question for you, Seth, because you said, like you said, some coins have had two chances, right? Now, when you say chances, can you expand on that a little bit more? And because I know what you mean essentially by market cap, right? It has fallen tremendously, probably twice, right? Where's like your cutoff point for it to like has survived, and you probably would have looked at it a little bit more, like a coin from 2016, like Poppy.
No.
First one that comes to mind, right?
I'm
Where
not
would you say is the
investing-
cutoff?
Since 2016.
Huh?
I wouldn't invest into any token that's been around since 2016.
No tokens from 2016.
No tokens, maybe Bitcoin, but apart from that, it's like I'm not investing into any token, and Ethereum obviously, but I'm not investing into any single token that's been around since 2016.
Okay. What about last
there's
cycle?
There's no need to. It's like if it's went through one cycle and the general market wasn't bullish, went through another cycle and the general market wasn't bullish, I'm not taking a third chance, if but and maybe, that the general market's going to be bullish on it now. What's the point? When we have all these cryptos, it's like, what is the point in taking that unnecessary risk when we have great projects?
A new narrative could pop up for it, which could.
Yes, new narratives can pop up, but guess what? Newer projects in those narratives will do it much better than the older ones. Fly past.
I don't know about that. I mean, I get your point. I'm 50-50. I'm with both of y'all on this one because I've seen them both happen.
Obviously, there's control, but like by and large,
this is a good conversation for me. Everybody, everybody does what they want for their own portfolio. I just want to hear thoughts on everybody else that's been in this space for long, right? What about you, Millie? This is now you. Like, what do you think?
Right. I'm more on the newer coin side, but I think it's one of the biggest hoax in crypto when people say older crypto currencies won't pump. They will pump. They're gonna pump. You know what I'm saying? Like when new people come into crypto, they're gonna go back to the things that they've seen before, that they trust. The first movers advantage is gonna get the first liquidity. It's liquidity cycles. I mean, if you have the what do you name the XRPs, all that's gonna get hit first. It just is what it is. That's how it works. But that's not where the gains are made. I'd be commenting on these big YouTubers channels all the time, like, dude, if you're gonna tell somebody to buy XRP, tell them they need to be putting 10 grand or something. Stop telling them to put $100, $500, and thinking they're gonna get rich because XRP is gonna go to $20,000. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta let people understand the risk to reward. Yes, there will be high caps that pump, but are you gonna get 100x? Most likely not. You want 100x, you got to take the risk, you got to do the research, you got to find the low caps or the new coins that fit the new narrative. But, if you're playing around with 50, 100 grand, I mean, you guys been in multiple cycles. Y'all can buy mid caps and high caps and still get 10 to 20x and be good. But you're not going to get 100x.
I agree with you, Millie, the big YouTubers thing. So like saying XRP will make millionaires, but forgetting to tell people they need to have 100 grand to do so.
Exactly.
You never come on my channel hearing me talk about XRP. I ain't gonna
never.
You won't hear.
Good to know. Good to know we all agree on the XRP over here, man. Good to know, man. I was a little concerned with Jay when he got to talk about DAG. When he was going hard for DAG. I'm like, shit.
I'll go hard for DAG, but I'm saying the XRP army hates me, bro.
Okay.
For me personally, I invest in both old and new coins. I get into a bunch of private sales, so of course a lot of my portfolio is going to have some newer old coins. But I do, maybe it's nostalgic or whatever you guys want to call it, right? I do have some bags of some older coins that I do believe could still pump, especially if if it's a certain narrative, like Proppy itself. Like for RWAs, I think that's going to be one that's it's not pumping too much yet, but it could pump later on. But it's also, to Seth's point, when you go with the newer altcoins, you're going to have more of the early movement quicker because more people are going to be hyped onto it. Then when the older coins, some people may wait a little bit longer for them to pop, or it takes a little bit longer for older altcoins to pop because you're going to have like more people interested in the newer altcoins than the older ones. But when the older ones pop, they already have been solidified a little bit longer. They have built a little bit of time. They have they have tested the time through different cycles. So that's how I feel when it comes down to older altcoins. But like I said, I get into a bunch of private sales, so I got a lot of newer altcoins. I can't even, argue what other people are saying when it comes to newer old altcoins. I just wanted to ask you guys that question just to see where you guys were thinking. Especially, I didn't know when you guys came into these, to crypto essentially. But it's good to hear that you guys all have been here since 2017. That is good that you guys have been here, right? If you guys got any closing thoughts, you guys let me know, right? You guys could say whatever you want, subscribe to your channel, pump your Patreon, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Then we need to bring back Gem onto his crypto, Millie.
My bit. Gemma, hey, yeah. We gotta get EA on there, man, and Jay, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been wonderful working with you guys with this stream, man. We gotta do this again. This was lit going into 2024, man. I love hearing everybody ideas and bouncing off. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be an echo chamber. We don't gotta agree with everything, but I learned something from each and every person today. And I would love to do this again, man. So, and everybody out there, man, who's watching and listening, please do your research. Don't listen to us. Like, do your due diligence. Do your research. Be responsible. I don't know shit about crypto. None of us do, but we're here. We're enthusiasts, not influencers. So do your research, man. Do your research.
I love that. You got anything you want to say, Seth?
I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot provide any form of financial advice in written or verbal form.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
What you got, Jay?
Yeah, I pretty much gonna piggyback off of Millie, man. Y'all, well, I'll piggyback off of Steph too. I'm not a financial advisor. None of us are. Make sure you do your own research. And remember, when it comes to coins, pick what you agree with. Pick what works for you, what solves your problem, what makes sense to you. And like Millie said, we all are enthusiasts. We don't know nothing, but let's get it.
At the end of the day, we all chasing the bag, man. That's it.
Yeah, we here for them green candles.
Yeah,
Well,
let's get this going. Let's get this going again. This stream is pumped with alpha from everybody, like you said. And I learned something from everybody on this stream today. So it's up.
I definitely got some other topics if you guys want to come in later on. So, I mean, we could talk about that off stream, but you guys already know. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to everybody that's been here. Crypto Millie, Crypto Seth, Everything Currency. Check them all out. All great content creators, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.